Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, November 3rd, 2023, and we are coming to you live. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
You want to hear the grossest thing ever?
Sure.
Right as I was about to say good morning, I got hit with a garlic burp from last night.
Oh, nice.
Like it didn't happen all night until just now. I just got...
What garlic did you eat?
Don't say garlic shrimp.
No. No, you want to hear something so it's funny? I was in Shark Coast Tactical one time, and I was wearing a Buck shirt, and Vita Vea walked in, and I was like, oh, man, that's Vita Vea. And they're like, oh, Vita comes in all the time. You want to meet him? And I was like, no. And they go, why? I go, because I'm wearing a Buck shirt. And they go, what do you mean? I go, hi, I'm a big fan of the team. And I ended up talking to him anyway. He was very cool. I go, I'm sorry, I'm wearing a Buck shirt. He started laughing. I went into this new Italian, I wish I wrote it down, Joey's Italian Market. It's over on Gun Highway, close to 54.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps telling me about it. And yes, I was driving my in-laws home. When I came back, I was about to make dinner. I went to Prime Butcher and picked up some steaks, and I was like, let me dip into this Joey's thing and see if I can get anything to go with the steaks. I've never been in there, and I know my daughter loves cannoli. So I walked in there. First of all, I look around, and I go, you guys have cannolis? Like, it's like a staple of Italian. But the guy goes, yeah, of course we do. We make them to order. And I was like, my bad. He was a lot more polite than that. I just said it that way. And he was making me the cannolis. And I looked at, do you remember the shirt I was wearing yesterday? There's a black shirt and it says Italia on the front.
Yeah.
It's their same shirts that they have, only with the name Joey on top of it. And I was like, you guys hiring? Because I already got the uniform. So I bought...
This guy knows his audience.
Yeah.
Vita Vea.
Yeah.
Buck shirt.
Joey's.
All right, I'm gonna wear a Lotto winner shirt today. Still, right when we came back from the cruise, I went right back on the diet. So I'm trying to be good. So I try to look at some things that I could get, that I could eat, And one of the things they had was like an artichoke salad. And I go, what's in there? And he goes, there's olive oil and garlic and some salt and pepper. I was like, give me some of that. And I ate it, and it was delicious. And then this morning, it just attacked me. It gave me the agita.
Oh, yeah.
But it was delicious. I murdered those steaks last night from Prime Butcher. They were delicious, but my whole family, except for me, likes them well done. I don't even know who they are. My wife goes, I go, how well? I go, this is perfect. And she goes, cook it until you think it's perfect, and then leave it on for another 15 minutes. Really? But I'm telling you right now, it's not as bad. Like, I like mine medium rare. So when I'm cutting into it, it's just about pink, and it's even a little cold inside. What do you like?
Like medium well.
But like when I'm cooking it myself, I want them to be just cooked.
I just don't want it to be cold in the middle of it. I like it warm.
Steak should be medium rare.
Yeah.
That should be how it is.
Rare.
My wife needs to see blood.
Yeah.
Right, my brother too.
Pour out of it. She wants it still moving.
Yeah.
I can't have it be cold in the middle. It's got to be warm.
Yeah, no.
through.
Medium rare.
Yeah.
Medium rare is perfect because it comes out, it's pink, it's warm all the way through, and you have to let the steak rest, whatever, so it sits for a little while, cooks more. Medium rare is perfect, I think. Eat whatever you want to eat, however you want to eat. Have you ever had the Pittsburgh, the black and blue?
No.
That's how I like it.
Really?
Well,
Is that where they cook it just on the outside?
Yeah, they cook it on the outside. It's cooked on the inside, but it's really crispy on the outside.
It's delicious.
But isn't the same thing? The middle's cold though, isn't it?
But no, they can do a temperature on the inside.
Yeah.
You can get Pittsburgh style medium rare. You
Right.
know what I mean? But
Right.
a traditional Pittsburgh style is literally just seared real hard on the outside and very not cooked on the inside.
If it's a good piece of meat, you can eat it like that. I like steak tartare.
If you serve it to me, I'd look at you and I go, donkey. Get in there, big boy, and add some flames to it. I got Irish. So I made those last night, and I have like one of my burners is a sear, so I can put it on there and flip it. That works. I'm not doing it right. I don't know what I know I have plenty of barbecues that'll really do great for a steak, but I just always go straight to the gas grill.
So what are you doing? You're grilling?
Yeah.
You're doing the grill?
Yeah.
It's nice in a pan if you have a good pan.
I had a cast iron pan.
You get hot in the butter and just keep scooping it.
I had a cast iron pan. And Danny, who's coming by today from the brisket shop, was like, take the cast iron pan and put it right on the grill. And I'm like, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I screwed it up. I cleaned the cast iron wrong, and I ruined it.
You gotta get the good seasoning on it.
Yeah, I had no seasoning. I because when you wash it, you don't wash it with soap.
No.
and whatever I did rusted it all out. So I was like,
What some of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube are people that go to clean their cast iron pan and forget that they don't have a handle on it. They have to grab it right after it was on. Yeah.
That's all we cook in my house is cast iron.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why your house smells like garlic shrimp.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so good though.
Cast iron shrimp.
You bring it outside, and it doesn't even matter because the smoke and the smell and all that stuff just goes away. So I can tell you, Willie, you're a real scumbag, but you built an outdoor kitchen.
Yeah.
You did. My kitchen is really nice. The
part that's finished.
Yeah, right.
How's your brother's kitchen?
Let's not bring that up.
Sorry.
Too soon.
Carmen, dump that.
Too soon.
Dump that.
No.
I just picture my brother eating pizza outside with an angry face. Yeah.
You're going to have meat on meat on meat. You got meat last night. You have meat today.
Yeah. Garlic meats.
Meat it up.
Can't go wrong with the meats.
I mean, you could have picked up a pork torpedo while you're at butcher.
Well, I did last time. I ended up giving it to Spanish because I was like, I'm never going to be able to make it.
This is good.
It was a chicken.
Yeah, it's good.
Chicken bomb. I don't know.
I can be honest with you. I can't tell the difference between the pork one and the chicken one.
If you had them side to side, you could.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's delicious. I'll tell you, that Prime Butcher is just, it's like old school. It's an old school meat butcher. You know, you walk in there and it's just all these different cuts of steak and Wagyu and regular, and it's nice. I haven't seen that since I was a kid because you move here and everything's in Publix. Which isn't bad. It's just not the same as having a butcher.
My father-in-law's birthday is this weekend, and my wife was saying we're going up there. I go, what are we getting him? And she goes, I don't know, like a gift card to Lowe's or this. I go, it's like every year. Like, it's the same thing. Right. I go, what does he like? Let's get him something he likes, whatever. So I was thinking some sort of meats, like maybe some sausages, some meats and cheeses and
a couple
stuff.
of things.
Yeah.
There's Dom's Sausages in Boston who deliver. I ordered from them all the time. They're fantastic. And then there's that Snake River Farms where my wife bought me that best brisket I ever had in my life. We ended up buying that for my dad for his birthday.
I think something like that. And say same old all the time.
Yeah, although I have to tell you, my in-laws gave me an Amazon card. I'm very happy with that.
Oh yeah. That's
right,
sure. That's
right.
great. It's always.
No, I'm never gonna buy something that I want with my own money. I'll buy it with somebody else's Amazon money. Like I'll go buy stuff that we need, but if I want to buy a model airplane, I'm buying it with my gift cards or something weird,
My wife told me a long time ago, a present should be something somebody will never buy for themselves but totally want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it should be something.
I wish.
What'd you say?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, God.
I'm never going to spend money on it, but if my wife was like, this is Sheila, she's here for an hour, I'd be like, whoa.
My mother-in-law may be mad about that, but I'll try it.
Yeah,
What if she was like, hear me out. Let me tell you what I really want. I saw an episode of House one time where a middle-aged lady, probably in her mid-50s, she was real like sitcom mom kind of looking.
Right.
And she got a hooker to come to her house. And it was a smoking hot black chick. And the two of them went to bed and they started doing stuff.
Just her.
For her.
Oh.
And they started doing stuff. And then the woman dies in the middle of it. She had some sort of aneurysm, the hooker. So she had to call 911. Then she had to explain to the doctors who this woman was.
Oh.
And they were like, are you a lesbian? And she's like, no. And she's like, well, okay. And they were like, she's like, I'm 50-something years old, and I've never done that before, and I thought I wanted to try it. So I was like, God bless you.
I remember watching the thing where a lady went on some sort of medication that made her just become a slut.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she
blamed, you get that from my wife?
She blamed the medication, but then they actually did. I guess it had something with her brain and this and that. But yeah, she totally became like a total huge slut, and her husband was like, I didn't know what to do.
No. Chemicals.
Crazy.
Bert's wife is like that.
Oh, really?
No, I mean, she's not a huge slut. I remember Burt was telling the story about how they did it in the car in the driveway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you saw Cruise Leanne.
Yeah, I did.
Cruise Leanne was
wild.
I mean, not sexy. Sexy, but not sexual wild. But
yeah, but
she's up there singing, "Since you been gone," going nuts.
With the money Bert's making, I'd bang him too.
Yeah.
So funny you said it because Burt
changes a lot of things.
Yeah.
I said to Burt, I go,
a lot sexier.
Cruise Leanne is fantastic, and he goes, "Oh, tell me about it." And he's like, we did, I told you about the story about the driveway. I go, yeah, and he goes, it's nonstop, and I go, oh, good for you. He goes, yeah. I go, but she looks great too, and he's like, tell her that. And but she really does. She looks great. She's never not been a nice person, but she was like real excited, you know. And and Burt goes, yeah, he goes, she's taking testosterone and some other stuff, and he goes, also, I think I made $25 million last month, so she's probably. I go, yeah, she did probably pay it off being married to you. So
she's taking testosterone.
She's taking testosterone and something else. Yeah, my wife just started taking testosterone.
Yeah,
she had
some
blood work
women
done.
need it.
Yeah.
She had blood work done, and there was because if you don't take it, then it gets really low, and then you start feeling lethargic and all that. So she was like, all right, I'll try it. Yeah, so
man hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at
Yeah,
that.
women have both. So like if you don't have enough estrogen, you get more manly features, and then if you don't have enough testosterone, then you're overly female, emotional and stuff. You know.
My wife's taking it, so any minute now I'm waiting for her to tell me to call that hooker. I'm just sitting by the phone. I got her on speed dial. You let me know when you're ready. So I take the testosterone cream, and my doctor was like, Dr. Matt said, don't, you got to be careful when you're done to wash your hands and don't get it on your daughter or anything because it'll affect her. And I was like, all right. So it's weird because it's a white cream, but sometimes when it dries, you can see it, it doesn't go all the way in.
So like a film?
And my daughter touches it, she goes, what's that? I go, oh, you got hairy hands now. You're going to be an ape child. Ape child.
Oh, dude.
Oh, no.
And then didn't tell her I was kidding. I just let it go.
That's the best.
Speaking of Burt, today's Burt's birthday. We should try and call him, even though I know he's in the Cayman Islands and he's never going to answer his phone.
Yeah, you never know.
How old is Burt?
Burt turning 50.
Anybody else?
52.
48.
49.
Burt is 53.
You're all wrong. Burt is 51 today.
Ah.
That
was close.
Yeah, he's 51. He got off the cruise and flew directly to the Cayman Islands, where he got to swim with pigs yesterday, son of a bitch.
I saw.
No.
Not you.
Not cool, yeah.
Which, by the way, you bitches owe me money.
Oh, well, yeah, I do. I can tell you that right now, actually.
Old
Screw job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Surprise. Big shocker.
Yeah.
Montreal
Son of a bitch.
2.0.
Do you need it right now or
This
like
very
maybe?
second.
All right, okay.
Don't say another word till I see the money pop up in my account.
What a
I'm
freeloader.
kidding. I'm kidding, Spanish. I'm kidding.
I don't see Joe moving.
No.
Like, it doesn't even make the reach for the wallet.
No,
Not
no.
even the reach.
No.
Oh, wow.
Not even listening to us in his headphones.
No.
Nope. Nope. Can't hear a thing.
You know who called me, Joe? Snooky said you didn't tip her.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
What a
you owe me money.
scumbag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You don't even tip. Free cruise, free
No.
booze,
Oh, man.
bragging about it on social media, and then
Oh.
you don't even tip.
You see me in my robe? I know you are enjoying it.
Did you get that robe?
I know you. No, I did not.
Oh, you should have wore it off the ship.
No, they
Well,
charge.
they think they charge you for those things.
Yeah.
Don't charge me. Don't charge Bert.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Well, we should have
what?
done it then.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Joe in a robe is how he's meant to be.
Oh,
There's not since Hugh Hefner has there been a guy that's made to wear a robe all day.
I'm telling you, I was very comfortable.
I would say he's more of the robe coke dealer in
Yeah.
in the
Pulp
Boogie
Fiction.
Nights.
You know what he is? He's Small Lebowski.
I saw
Small
you.
lousy.
I saw you posted the Spirit Halloween costume of Joe on social media.
I did. I don't know who made that, but it came into my box. Somebody sent it to me. It said freeloader, and it was about the father from, or the grandfather from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Gio, and I knew Gio would just send it back with Joe's picture on it. And sure enough, he did.
I saw a video. They said, I don't know how that family in Willy Wonka, how they were broke with mom with mouse skills like this, and they show her with the candy, and she's just going out. And they're like, come on.
I love, sometimes we pull up, like if we'd be driving in the car, and I'd be, me and Galvin, and we'd pull up at a stop sign, and there'll be a woman out there with a sign that says need money, and Galvin would go, too good to be a stripper. Hey, can I tell you though that Willy Wonka, when they're all sleeping in the same bed, I love that. I wish.
Wait, what?
I do. When the kids were little and we could all fit in the same bed, that was the best time ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be in the bed with my grandparents, but
Yeah, it's like the four old people.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that gets kind of smelly, I imagine. But like if you had like
Yeah.
a fort, it'd be cool.
Clean it
Fort
up.
action, just clean it.
Take a shower before you get in bed.
What's the worst airline in the world?
Spirit.
Frontier
The answer was Spirit.
Yeah.
That's correct.
and Spirit. yeah.
Frontier is a cheap airline. Spirit's the devil.
But no, Frontier has been voted worst airlines 3 years in a row because they have a lot of baggage problems. They lose your luggage a lot.
Well, I would never fly Frontier, and I will never fly Spirit. And the only reason I ever did is because they flew into Atlantic City, which was convenient for me to go to my grandmother's house and Atlantic City. Stand by.
Bless you.
Airborne. Airborne.
No, they're good. They fight the power.
Cruise fungus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. It's working its way
Snooky
through.
fungus.
So, listen to this. My in-laws, who are in their 80s, are going to North Carolina to visit my mother-in-law's sister. Okay, so they have to be there at 11:30. So I leave and I go pick them up and get them in the car at 11 o'clock, and I'm getting ready to head to the airport. Ooh. Okay.
I got it.
It's not it's not an easy process because they're old, they move slow, they got to climb into my truck, and get their luggage and all that, and then they need wheelchairs at the airport because they can't walk all the way. They're old people. So get them in the car, and we're driving to the airport. We get about 2 miles from the Veterans, which will take us straight to the airport, and my wife goes, "Oh, the flight's delayed." And I go, "Okay." They were supposed to be there at 11:30 for a 12:30 flight. What time did their flight get delayed to?
4 o'clock.
12:30.
I'd say the following day.
6 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
5:45 in the p.m. So I said, "All right, let's go get some breakfast. We'll eat, and then we'll see what time it is. Maybe we take them back to the house, and I'll take them later." Okay. So we go eat breakfast. We leave the breakfast place. Ding, gets delayed again. 7 o'clock or 6:45. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Come home. My wife is hanging out with them, and then my daughter, I have to go get her from tutoring. So I go leave, pick her up, 4 o'clock, come back here, get here around 4:45, walk in. My wife goes, "They just delayed their flight again." I go, "Till when?" And she's like, "Not today." And I go, "How do you just cancel a flight?" And they canceled the flight, and it's not happening. So that's not that big of a deal. Obviously, it stinks, but I was certainly happier to get on a flight that is fixed and is working than one that, we think it's okay, I'd rather you cancel a flight. Plus, also, they're not really up against time constraints because they're 80 and they don't work and they're going to visit family. So they were leaving yesterday rather, and they were supposed to come back on Sunday. So my wife calls and they say, when's the next flight that they can get on? And they go, "We can't get them on until Sunday." Sunday, the day that they were supposed to come back. So they readjust their schedule, and they're like, "All right, well, we'll fly out on Sunday. We'll stay till Wednesday. We'll come back on Wednesday." Okay, that's good. So the woman tells my wife that they have to pay for the change. My wife goes, "How do they have to pay for the change? Your plane didn't come. You canceled the flight." And she's like, and by the way, I have to point out, this is not Spirit. This is a worse airline. I can't remember the name of it. I'll tell you. So she's like, the only way we could do this is if we book the return and the other thing and do all that right now. My wife's like, "Okay, fine." So they book it all, and she's like, "It's still going to be $180. And my wife goes, "How?" And she goes, "Because now you're booked to leave on Sunday, and your other flight, they have them in the computer landing an hour after they're supposed to leave on Sunday." And my wife goes, "Well, fix it." And she goes, "I can't. I don't have the authority to do that." I go, "So right now you're rebooking them to land 2 hours after they've already left." And she's like, "Yeah." So we had to pay the $180 to get them to fix it in the computer. I'm going to get it back. It is a scam.
It's a shakedown.
It's 100% a shakedown. It's unbelievable. And I said to my wife, I go, "This is not that important of a trip. They should just skip it. There's nothing is going to go right." What happens on the other end of this when you got two 80-year-old slow movers is stuck in North Carolina because they can't figure it out?
Listen, you were poking fun at me yesterday when I brought this up, but you have these issues. They're running out of pilots because nobody wanted to get vaccinated. People are having heart attacks in the sky. And I doubt they're going to be doing AI piloting anytime soon.
Great idea for an album, Heart Attacks in the Sky.
Yeah. So you too. It just travel. You're just going to see it's just going to start to downsize. I think they're going to be doing like all those little trips that you saw now.
And skyrocket.
Yeah. I'm afraid to go anywhere now anyway.
I don't blame you.
I got a Jew wife. I don't want anybody to find her. We go over there to Europe somewhere, and they're like,
you don't go to Europe.
You didn't. They snatch her up.
Yeah, things are getting wild.
Wait a second. Let's think this through. I mean, don't be so bad. No, seriously. It's great because my wife and her family did the 23andMe, as most of the world has, to give everybody our data. And my daughter was like, "So you're Jewish? Am I Jewish? And I go, no. And my wife goes, she is. And I go, why would you say that? I go, we're not any religion in this house at all. And she's like, no, her 23andMe says she's 48% Ashkenazi Jew. And I was like, bro. I go, Joey, what nationality are you? He goes, Italian. I go, thank you. That's all I needed to hear. Joey has the same makeup as Juliana, but Joey asked Joey, I thought he's Italian all day. There it is.
That's not his nationality, though. He's American.
Yeah. He was born here, but he's a very happy American, but his ethnicity is certainly of Sicilian orientation. Yeah. Although my wife, we put it on Juliana. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not.
You know how it goes. All right, we got a good show today, but I do have to remind you, and I am going to remind you today several times, and you're probably going to get annoyed with me, but we've got not one, but 2 Christmas shows happening on December 16th. They are the Naughty Show and the Nice Show. The Naughty Show will be the later show. The Nice Show will be the earlier show. I will tell you that the shows will be very similar, so don't feel like when the Naughty Show sells out in 15 minutes that you can only go to the Nice Show that you're going to miss anything. They're going to be different shows, so if you went to both of them, you'd see 2 different shows, but one will be a little dirtier than the other one. And Lynn Koplitz is going to be your headliner. Very funny comedian, great friend of the show. You want to talk about naughty? She's going to be naughty on both shows. Probably a little less C words in the first one. And then we've got surprise guests. We've got performances. We have music. We have jokes. We have when we have prizes to give away. And you never know what Santa's going to stop by. So that is happening all on December 16th. It's at the Floridian Social Club on Central Avenue in St. Petersburg. Tickets go on sale this morning at 10 a.m. You can only get them at theboneonline.com. You go to our website, theboneonline.com. It'll be right there on the front page. Should be, because somebody different than the people who put up our live stream are, I don't mean you, Joe. I mean the people who repost. Right. The people who reposted the show. Carmen, did you see that yesterday?
Yeah.
Again, it's I don't know. Even if they were saying, even if this company said to Cox, we'll do this for free for you, I'd still fire them. It'd be worth spending $2 million company-wide than having these idiots do it for free. It's the worst streaming company I've ever seen.
Because I just want to let everybody know, the full show replay is done by the company.
Right.
That
it's not even our company, by the stream company.
By the streaming company.
Yeah.
The different clips, the featured cuts, Sporcle and news, that is done by me. So
Carmen,
that is what.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but that's why those clips go up, because people are like, well, why is the news up, but why isn't the full show replay up? The full show replay has nothing to do with us.
And the other thing, Carmen, is that I've worked crappy jobs before. I've worked jobs where I'm alone in a room. I've worked jobs where I put headphones on. And I work jobs where I'm there for 4 hours or driving or whatever I'm doing, where I know that this is going to get me the Ron and Ron, the Howard Stern, whatever show I was listening to in the morning, we're going to get me through those 4 hours. And when it's not there or it's a repeat of the day before, goddamn, it's frustrating. I feel your pain. I'm sorry. But right now, there's nothing I can do except bitch to my people like you're bitching to me, and I'm bitching. Trust me.
I gotta tell you,
John Brennan was so mad yesterday.
Carmen seems like a song hero now. She's singing her own praises.
Yeah,
song hero. I'm the one that does this. If it gets done, it's me.
Well, I'm just explaining. I'm explaining the differences.
You're a real song hero. Good deal.
You know what?
Tickets go on sale for our Christmas show, the Calta Christmas Extravaganza, today at 10 a.m. We'll remind you ad nauseum, I promise. We must take a break. When we come back, we have Sporcle. Ian Beckles will be coming by today. Also, the guys from Barbecue Love Fest. You've been hearing the promos for that for some time now. They are included with the guys from the Brisket Shop and Grill and Provisions, who do the fantastic food. I dare say the best food you'll ever have at a tailgate for sure. They're coming by this morning to do some cooking here, and we'll talk a little bit about Barbecue Love Fest, because if you like barbecue, like if you're a grilling person, or if you just like to eat, there's something for everybody there, including music and all that stuff. So we'll talk to those guys a little bit later on, and I believe they're making food. So there you go. We'll do Sporcle next on 102.5 The Bone. .41 on the mic, count the show. It's 102.5 The Bone. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. I figured out a way to help with Promises.
Oh, okay.
I have a Promises buddy now. So when I say I'm going to do something, if I invite somebody else to go with me, then I can't bail out of it. Well, it's harder to bail out of it.
All right. And who is your promises buddy?
Tomorrow at Capitol Pawn on Bush Boulevard, which is Dom's father-in-law's place, who is a great guy, Joe. He has owned that pawn shop forever, and it's a nice pawn shop. It's got it's like brick, and it's like nice, not like one of those seedy, how much you want for your ring?
It's got good wares in there.
He's got some real interesting items in there, including items that he believes are related to the Kennedy assassination and the Trafficanis. I don't know that that's true, but I've seen them, and they do look pretty interesting. It's a weird map of Dealey Plaza and all that. Anyway, he's also got some documents that talk about aliens and stuff. He's got some really interesting. It's very much more like it's a lot like Pawn Stars, where you Pawn Stars most of the time has a historical background to what they're doing, and he's got a lot of that. But he also has a lot of jewelry. He's got Rolexes. He's got guns, tons of guns, and all that. So
really good sports memorabilia.
A lot of sports memorabilia.
A couple Babe Ruth balls.
And all his stuff, like he had the JSA certification people come in there and certify all this stuff. So it's not like they're just stuff he got on eBay, or some drug addict brought in try to get $20 for crack.
Wasn't it a big like a big Superman statue you were gonna bid on?
So it's funny you said, because it's one of the things that I wanted to get. And I looked online, because you can go to the auction site and look online and like preview some of the stuff, and it's not on there. And they do have some statues there. There's a swashbuckler lady statue, like for the Buccaneers. There's Italian chef. There's a couple of things. I don't want any of those. I want the Superman one. Yeah. And the Superman one stands outside the shop, so I don't even know if that's for sale or if it's been sold or whatever the deal is. But I am going there tomorrow. Now, before you sing promises, I will tell you that I am going there with Dino. And Dino is driving from his house to my house, and then we're going over there together. So I will be there for sure on Saturday.
What time?
Laugh your face off.
What time you going there?
I'll be there at 9 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
9 a.m. on a Saturday.
Hey, hold on. We're going to leave here at 8:30.
Well, I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know whether I need anything.
Oh, I don't need anything.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, though. But, maybe some Christmas stuff, whatever. Because I'll be over at the Humane Society, but I usually get done about 9:30-ish.
Well, that's fine. You can call me if you want and be like, hey, is it worth coming over? I'll tell you.
Yeah. Or see if they're there.
No, I'll be there.
No, if you're there yet.
Yes. Where's Jen Epstein this morning? She's wearing a Lightning jersey. There's a lot of neon behind her.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. So she's filling in for Charlie right now.
Yeah, Charlie's
I was wondering. I was like, they're putting Jen out on the streets.
Great hair.
Where she belongs, out on the streets.
Yeah.
You said great hair?
Great hair, yeah.
Not those bottom parts.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, it looks like a kitten's got it trying to break through her hair.
Maroon turtleneck under the lightning.
Yeah, the lightning. Well, wherever she is, they probably gave her that Lightning jersey.
Oh.
Well, come on. Where is she?
I don't know.
They don't like to tell us, remember?
Yeah.
They always...
Hold on. Oh, she's got a Vasilevsky jersey on.
Mm-hmm. Where is that?
I don't know.
We'll somewhere that has sports stuff.
Neon Jerseys Plus.
Oh, that's ironic. She's got a Jeffrey Epstein jersey.
Yeah.
No, I think it's Jen.
Wait a minute.
I think it might be Jen.
He didn't kill himself.
Yeah. He's making jerseys.
No.
He's living in Jersey.
Oh!
That's the secret.
Dude.
The mainstream media is giving us signals.
Later today, there's going to be a hailstorm in New Jersey because of you if you're not careful, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know where she is still. We can't figure it out.
Yeah.
But, anyway,
I thought they took our advice of putting it on the
only Charlie.
the bottom.
It looks a little bit like she's at the Peach Pit. Right?
Yeah.
If it wasn't a baseball player behind her, I would say she's at Amalie Arena.
But she's somewhere upstairs because it's
Yeah.
looking down on like a. What is? Oh
I don't
man.
know.
Is that the sports store or whatever? The Tampa Bay Sports Authority or whatever? Do they?
I don't
They
think it's
closed
that.
down.
Oh.
I don't think it's that big.
The one in the mall?
I don't know. I don't know.
We're the worst.
It looks like a fun place.
Well, wherever she is, we'll never find her.
Is that a
Those bowling balls?
carriage behind her?
I see bowling balls. Those bowling balls in the background?
Where do you see bowling balls?
In the cubbies over there. Over her right shoulder.
Yeah, but why would you have Babe Ruth at a bowling alley?
I don't know. Maybe Babe Ruth liked the bowl. Maybe you're able to hit the bowling balls with a bat.
This is the part of the show where we guess where people on TV are.
And why does she have 5 different jerseys?
I don't know.
Maybe she's giving them away.
Why is she wearing the Vasilevsky jersey, not her jersey?
Oh, so many questions.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Even on the
No
website, even on the website, it just says live.
Fox 13, you're not very good at this.
Text Jen Epstein.
Well,
Ask
they
her.
assume that people are listening while they're watching.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And
Not
they
everybody.
And they also don't want people to probably go stalk her.
What if I'm deaf?
You know, Carmen,
don't
that's
worry.
the reason.
Mike, you should be able to figure this out. Stalk her.
Yeah.
I'll find her.
Look at
I'll
the
get her.
background. Find out where she is.
May take me a couple of minutes, but
Cat
I'll get
Stickler was there. He'd already be in his car.
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
You said something that made me forget. Oh, that's
Stalker.
why they don't put it up there, because they don't want them to stalk them. They
Yeah.
don't want them to
Well-
know where they're going to be, and then next thing you know, Will's over there blowing a megaphone behind Charlie Belcher. All right. Anyway, Carmen,
Yes.
let's play Sporcle.
Okay.
It's really going to bother
It's
me.
driving me. Yeah, it's driving me nuts. I gotta know.
Why don't you look it up?
If I try
I'm
to-
on their website. It doesn't say anything. It says the same exact thing that it says on the TV.
We'll put the closed
damn it.
caption on.
Oh.
Sung hero.
She's a real sung
What do you
hero.
think, this is my first time on the internet? I don't know what closed captions are?
Not you, stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Me.
sorry.
On the TV.
Was that other chick wearing gloves?
I hope so.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
Aw,
I'm
now we
going to
get the
text
weather.
Charlie Belcher and ask him where Jen Epstein is. All right. Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
Okay, today we are going to play words that end in V-E-R.
Ver.
Ver. That's what
Ver.
they end in. Okay, I'm going to give you a clue.
All right.
You're giving me the word.
All right.
Your first one, a musical eighth note or to
Overture.
tremble.
You say it again. I'm sorry.
A musical eighth note or to tremble.
Shiver.
Timber.
V-E-R.
Ver.
Shover.
Quiver.
Quiver.
that's arrows.
Yeah, it's arrows.
Close. A signed release from liability.
Waiver.
Mike. Clue. Weapon.
Quiver.
Game clue.
Ah, we already said that, idiot.
The game clue. A weapon. What is one of the weapons in Clue?
Revolver.
Mike.
Rope. Candlestick.
I was like, knife fervor?
Must.
Host of the 2010 Winter Olympics.
Denver.
Vancouver.
What'd you say, Spanish?
Vancouver.
Correct. Vancouver. Musical that won Best Picture Oscar in 1969. Yeah.
Musical. That won the best picture.
Musical that won Best Picture Oscar in 1969.
Oh, I know it. No.
Ted?
No, I'm wrong.
Oliver.
Oliver. I was going to say something forever.
Nope. One who doesn't follow any religion. One who doesn't follow any religion.
Non-believer.
Oh,
wow.
Sometimes it's accessible. Geo. Rate at which inventory is sold or a pastry.
Turnover.
Geo.
Oh, it's food related.
so
pastry,
good.
yeah. He had no idea until you said pastry, and then his eyes lit up.
This is 2 words, okay? I need them both. Tropical virus transmitted by mosquitoes.
Dengue fever.
Spanish, what'd you say?
Dengue fever.
Nope. Galvin, what'd you say?
I said jungle fever.
Dengue fever.
Can you read the whole thing again? They were yelling.
Tropical virus transmitted by mosquitoes.
Oh. Don't look at me, Spanish.
Yellow
Yellow
fever
fever.
is what I was looking for.
Jungle fever. Carmen got bit by mosquitoes.
And Pat, we are halfway there.
Oh no!
Galvin is not on the board. He has 0.
have
Spanish
jungle
has 1. Geo doubling that with 2. And Michael also tied with 2.
Tight.
All right, here we go. Here I go.
Words that end in VER. Your next one, a U.S. president or a
Grover
vacuum.
Hoover.
Sorry. Hoover. Spanish. A young eel.
Ilver.
Shut up.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Calvin.
Are you guys cheating?
No. Widespread wading bird.
Widespread?
That's what it. Yep. Widespread wading bird.
Pelican ver.
Flamingo ver. No.
Plover.
Okay.
That's a word, I guess. A bird. After Phoenix, the largest mountain time zone city.
Denver.
Calvin. Animal that epitomizes busy.
Beaver.
Spanish.
We all tied.
I think he's a dizzy.
Spanish has 3. Everyone else has 2.
Oh.
I knew a girl in high school we used to call Busy Beaver.
I knew her too.
Yeah.
Corpse that is to
Cadaver.
be. Yes. Calvin. Massachusetts town
Dover.
with Phillips Academy.
Hanover.
Andover.
Yes.
Which one?
Hanover.
That was me.
Galvin gets the point.
Yeah.
Given name of a president and a Muppet.
Grover.
Damn it.
Galvin. Gold or
Beaver.
Silver.
Damn it.
silver.
What did you say?
Retriever.
That was good.
It's not bad.
All right.
Michael?
Mike gets the point. And Pat,
Oh, stupid.
we are on the last 3.
Gio has 2 points. Michael and Spanish are both tied with 3, and Galvin is out front. He's got 5.
Oh my
What?
word. What do I have?
What?
You have 3.
Is this real?
Still anyone's game. Besides Gio. Your next one. Where's the NVR? Last 3. Here we go. Eternity.
Forever.
Forever is correct. Pat.
Michael.
No way.
Ah.
I would have said me.
I don't know. I was answering. I don't know. I would be honest.
Do you want my opinion or no?
I
Definitely
mean,
not.
doesn't matter. If your opinion is me, I'll take it.
I mean,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
Say it. I want to know.
I mean, you always say, but
Yeah.
I don't know whether it influences
You
or
can
not.
say
or
it.
whatever. It was Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, all
I
right, that's
would've
fine.
said
I didn't really know. I was guessing.
It was definitely not Mike.
That's
All
fine.
right.
Integrity.
Integrity. Spanish gets the point. Last 2.
All right.
Yeah. We just.
It was tough. We all yelled.
We did all yell.
Last 2. Here we go. Tactical move.
Maneuver.
Galvin. And your last one. The largest human internal organ.
Liver.
Spanish.
I mean, if you didn't take that point from me,
What would have
it
happened?
happened?
Your final score, Gio had 2 points only. Michael had 3. Spanish with 5. And Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 6.
Woo! Trademark 2023. I had 0 at the half. Came back.
Congratulations, Calvin.
Thank you.
Come back.
It's catchy. Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, the Pretzel, Sandwich, and Bring It Back.
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 Bring it back. All right,
Bring it
Galvin.
Bring it back.
We also have Ian Beckles coming by today. Ian Beckles is going to be in Newport Richie tomorrow
Oh.
at Danny's on Main Street. Do you know that place?
Danny's?
Is that right? Now I feel like I'm screwing it up.
I do remember at Danny's, but I don't know if it's on Main Street.
Well, he's going to be there in Newport Richie tomorrow, and he'll be bringing his radio show live. So we will talk to him in the 9 o'clock hour, and then the guys from Barbecue Love Fest will be by before that to make some food and talk about that event. This is all happening today on the program, and also at 10 o'clock today, tickets for our Calta Christmas Extravaganza go on sale. If you would like to go, there's 2 shows in the same night on December 16th. One early, one late, one naughty, one nice. Get your tickets today at theboneonline.com at 10 o'clock. We'll take a quick break. News is next on 102.5 The Bone. It is 7:07 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone on a lovely Friday morning. Man, maybe I would be able to hot jock songs, man. I don't know. I'd be terrible at it.
You can do it. It's, first off, they have a countdown for you and all that stuff, and you can actually do it now where they record it and they just put it in.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, thank you. I hope I never have to. Appreciate it, Cal. Whatever your name is, Spanish. A couple of things I want to do. I got to do some business here. We have an Instagram page. It's at the Mike Calta Show. It's filled with goodness. But there was a story that went up the other day about a home invasion that I had. And I don't know why, but a lot of people didn't seem to know about it. We put the video up days after we talked about it. And people are like, well, I need to know what happened. I did. So if I can, I would like to just review that really quick for the people who are like, I need a part 2. I need to know what's going on. Not last Friday, but the Friday before at 10 o'clock, Gio and I and Pap were here in the studio. The show was over. Galvin left. Spanish was out sick. Carmen was back at the studio. And we were just kind of lollygagging around. The show was over. I don't know where Joe was. Gio was in the garage. I was doing something in the studio, and I was standing over by where Spanish sits, and I heard Gio go, I don't know what's going on, or something's happening. I go, what's going on? And he comes in and goes, there's one of your neighbors is here, and they need 911 or whatever. And I do have a neighbor that I don't think speaks very much English because he just waves to me. He never says hi. And he has a daughter that seems to have some learning disabilities, so I thought maybe something was wrong, and nobody was home there to help out, so they came over, and I didn't know. So I walked in the living room, and my cleaning ladies were there, and Soph was there, and my wife was in the house, but she was in the bathroom getting ready. And I walk in, there's these two guys in their 20s, and they have backpacks, and they're standing in my living room. Two white dudes, kind of white. And I go, what's going on now? And Soph goes, they said that they need 911, something's wrong. And I go, for what? And the guy looked at me, and he made a weird motion to his backpack, and I lurched at him, and they got together, and they ran out. Now, I have these double doors in my living room that are usually closed, but Soph was airing out the house because my wife, like Gio's wife, made something with onions that stunk. So she was airing out the house, and they bolted out the side doors. I ran after them, picked up the pipe that goes to the pool skimmer, and chased them with that. And they dipped around to my neighbor's house, and I didn't quite see where they went. And then one of my other neighbors was outside, and he said they went between the houses. So I went between the houses looking for them, and I couldn't find them. And shortly after that, I could see, I live on a golf course. They ran across the lake on the golf course, not through the lake, but around it. And there were some golfers there, and I see the guys, and I want them to know that I see them. So I yell out something stupid, like, you better run, you pussies. And they saw me, and they freaked out, and they started running again. And they jumped onto one of the golfers' golf carts and tried to steal the golf cart. One of the golfers who called into the show, he ran and jumped onto the back of the golf cart and started punching the guys while they were driving away.
Do you think they said to the golf cart guys, like, there's an angry man chasing me with a pool skimmer?
Maybe. Maybe. My wife is like, great job. You got all the bugs off them. Joe and I go back to the house. I grab a shotgun. Yeah. Joe grabs a medieval mace off the wall, and the two of us get into my Stingray Chevrolet Silverado, and we're hunting.
It's vigilantes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so I drive down, and I see a golf cart path to the golf cart, so I drive on the golf cart path. And the guys they're having a golf tournament, and the guys from the golf club course are like, what are you doing? I go, two guys just in my house. They just stole one of your golf carts. Did they come through here? And he goes, no, but the golf carts have GPS on them. They won't leave the perimeter. They'll just shut down. And I said, Joe, perfect. That we'll see them on foot somewhere. They got to be walking. So we drive back out on the street. We circle the golf course like 3 times. We don't find them. I'm like, I'm going on the golf course, and I'm going to find them. And my wife calls me, and she goes, you got to come back. I go, I'm not coming back until I get these guys. And she goes, you got to come back. There's like 10 cops here, and they want to talk to you. I'm like, God damn it. So I turn around, and I go back, and the cops are here. My neighbors are outside. Everything is crazy. And Joe and I see some guy lurking around driving, and he drives down the block, and then I see him with the police officer, and he looks similar to the guys who were in my house.
Yeah.
So we're like, something's going on. And also, there's a truck parked outside my house, a purple truck that nobody seems to know. So we go up to the cop, and I'm like, what's going on? And he goes, evidently the guys are that guy's brother, and we're not quite sure what's going on yet. So long story short, that day I left to go to the Hard Rock in South Florida. So I had to have, my daughter was staying with my dad. I now had to have my son stay with my dad because I didn't want him to stay here. I didn't know what was going on. The security in this place is like, we're going to keep an eye on the house. The cops are like, we're coming through. The Hillsborough County Sheriffs are just great. They're like, we'll come through, we'll keep an eye on it. And I go, well, I'm leaving. Can you keep me posted as to what's going on? And I said, sure. So about 10 o'clock that night, I got a call from the security here, and they said, hey, just want to let you know that those guys were caught. And I go, really, now? And he goes, yeah, and they were in somebody's backyard. And I go, do we know the story? He goes, we don't know anything. And he goes, but they're in custody. I go, are they in custody of the police? Like, did they leave in a police car or an ambulance? And he said an ambulance. Now, in the time that transpired, I talked to the guy's brother, who is one of my neighbors, not too close to my house, but he's one of my neighbors. And he's like, I don't know what's going on. These are two college-educated kids that have jobs. We can't figure out what's happening. I'm going to assume that they did some sort of drugs and had some crazy illusions and breakdowns. And that's what happened because they didn't seem very violent when they were in my house. I don't know that guy was going to pull out a gun in the backpack, but in my mind he was. And then they ran away. They didn't hurt anybody. They actually asked us to call 911. Yeah. So I don't know the full story, but I know that happened. And then the brother texted me, and he said, hey, just to let you know, my brothers are getting the help that they need.
But
and
he didn't say what.
He didn't say why, and he said they're getting the help that they need, not that they're going to jail or whatever. And at that point, I thought, God, two things. One, good for them that they're getting help. And two, thank you, God, for not making me shoot them.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, because, Galvin, you always say I'll regret it if I shoot somebody.
Right.
I don't believe that. In this case, I would have.
Yeah.
Especially if it's just two kids that were confused and on drugs or whatever the case was, and they were in my house, and I was free and clear, and then I got scared and shot them, and then found out that they were just messed up on drugs, or they don't even know that they got roofied or something.
Right.
That
Especially
would be horrible.
a situation like that. But
Right.
also, I don't necessarily say you'll regret it, but it'll be something that would stick with you. Even if it was a bad person
Maybe.
and you killed him, you'd be like, it took somebody's life.
It's a bad person. I think I would kind of like see me get interviewed in Jimmy Kimmel in my head, and then, like 2020.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Kimmel loves to interview people and shoot people.
That's when he came down the stairs with two guns, one for each of them. Like,
This time he didn't fall.
Right. Oh, wait, I didn't fall. Yeah. And then he beat them both mercilessly with the pool skimmer. I mean, I'm pretty tough. But anyway, that is the end of the story. For those of you who didn't hear it on the radio and only saw the clip on our Instagram, the clip is up there if you want to see it at the Mike Calta Show. But thankfully, they were taken care of, and they were being helped. And take this goddamn phone out to let them in. I don't know.
I do wonder what would have happened had Soph not had those doors unlocked and open.
It would
You
not
know
have
what I
been
mean?
good.
Well, I didn't have a gun on me, so it would have been a fight.
But they would have been
And-
kind of stuck in the house at that
Oh,
point.
I would have smashed them against the wall.
If Soph was not there.
Oh, yeah.
If Soph was not there, they could have been going into your rooms or who knows where.
Yeah.
Well, we knew the minute that they came in because they rang the doorbell.
Yeah.
They rang. It's so funny. You
rang
watch
it.
the video, Galvin. They ring the doorbell, and then they just open the door and walk in like they've been here a million times.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
We're here.
Yeah. Oh,
It was
anyway.
wild.
It seems like it was a big misunderstanding, and there's been no violence or anything since then. I don't wish bad things on them. I think that it was just a weird misunderstanding, and that is the end story for it. For those of you who are like, "What the hell is going on? How come you didn't tell us what's happening?"
I think of Marty McFly in Back to the Future. I'm in the wrong house. You got that right.
Broke into the wrong damn rec room.
That, and I want to remind you that today at 10 o'clock, the tickets for the Calta Christmas Extravaganza, two great shows happening at the State Theater on December 16th. Or I'm sorry, the Floridian Social Club, formerly the State Theater. There'll be two shows, a naughty show and a nice show. They'll be happening that night, back to back. You can go to both if you want. You can go to one or the other, and you can pick the early show and the late show. The naughty show is going to be the later show, and we've got guests coming by. We've got music. We've got comedians. Lynn Koplitz is headlining the show. Matt Fernandez is on the show, and it's going to be great. But it is not a very big place. That's why we're doing two shows, and it is going to sell out. And the naughty show will sell out first. I'm just telling you that right now. The Naughty Show will be sold out by 11 o'clock today. So if you want to go, get your tickets starting at 10 a.m. at theboneonline.com. Time to check in with Galvin now. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
Galvin, when I got some other news I'll throw in during your news.
Okay.
That came to me yesterday through a source. I don't know if it's public knowledge yet. I don't even know if I told you yet, Gio. I'm going to actually send it to you. I want you to look at it, but don't say anything right now. Okay? All right. What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. They have the Pelts Perks program going on now, online and in stores. I see you got some New Balance over there. They got them there. What are you wearing?
Me?
Some weird shoes. I
Yeah,
don't know
barefoot shoes.
Yeah, I don't know if they have those. Those are a little weird. They got the Ultras, which I'm wearing right now. They have all different styles and brands, of course, at Pelt Shoes. But the Pelts Perks program going on right now is going to save yourself some money. What they do is you can go in there, you can whisper my name, Galvin. You're going to get $5 off your first purchase. And then you're going to get 25 points automatically deposited into your Pelts Perks account. And that's going to save you money in future trips to Pelts, because
Pelts Perks program.
Pelts Perks program.
Program.
And so whenever you stop in there, make sure you whisper my name, and you get signed up for the Pelts Perks program, because they'll have like double points, points for your birthday, all kind of different stuff, and that's going to save you money as you go in there and get shoes. Pelts shoes, get them at Pelts.
Pelts Perks program.
Pelts Perks
Pelts Perks
program.
program.
So FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried has been found guilty on all charges related to the collapse of his now bankrupt cryptocurrency exchange, in the first of two criminal trials against the former CEO. A New York jury in Manhattan federal court agreed with prosecutors that Bankman-Fried defrauded investors, customers, and lenders in connection with the collapse of his crypto empire. Prosecutors accused him Bankman-Fried, who founded and controlled both FTX and the sister hedge fund, Alameda Research, of misappropriating and embezzling billions of dollars in FTX customers' deposits, scheming to mislead investors, and instructing other executives at his business to do the same. In the trial, he faced 7 charges, 2 counts of wire fraud, 5 counts of conspiracy. The charges combined amount to a maximum sentence of 110 years behind bars. Yeah, the judge set the sentencing hearing for the morning of March 28th. So it'll be a little while before he gets sentenced, but could get up to 110 years in jail.
You know, I mean, that's you mess with a lot of the right people, then that's what happens.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's gonna be a rough. I mean, he's young. Yeah, he's there for the rest of his life.
Well, they said was Tom Brady lost $40 million in that whole thing?
And you're messing with all these people, like Mike said, the right people, the people that have a lot of money. You know, if you
and a power
normal person, get scammed. They're like, I got scammed. What am I going to do about this? But these people have money and power, and they can be like, hey, we're not letting this guy off the hook.
Remember the other guy, Madoff?
Yeah.
Which is so great because Madoff with all their money.
Yeah.
Madoff and Fried. This guy's freed as he's not freed anymore. Madoff stole a bunch of money from Kevin Bacon. What was among some of the people, and Kevin Bacon lost a ton of money. He doesn't like to talk about it because it makes him sick.
He looks like such a weirdo. Like he looks like somebody who's.
Yeah, but he also looks like the kind of guy where you're like, this nut is going to make us $1 million.
This guy figured out some sort of algorithm, and he's going to do it. Yeah, for sure.
I guess he's just. I don't know. He looks like a. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's definitely weird.
Yeah,
it's kind of like child molesters. Once you know they're a child molester, you're like, something's going on with that guy.
Exactly.
Sure.
The United States House of Representatives has passed a Republican plan providing $14.5 billion in military aid for Israel, setting up a partisan clash over the usually bipartisan issue of backing the staunch U.S. ally. The plan, which is funded by cuts to the IRS, passed on Thursday by 226 votes to 196, largely along party lines. So $14.5 billion were given to Israel. We give Ukraine hundreds of billions of dollars, and
I mean, honestly,
hundreds of millions. Rather.
If we took all that money,
what about Hawaii,
and just gave it to all of the Americans, we'd just all be rich.
Yeah, right.
Everybody could be rich if they
$1 million
just
for each. Everyone.
Everybody,
nice.
You can build a lot of wall for $14 billion.
Ooh. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I don't understand anything anymore. My wife is very pro-Israel, and I mean, so am I. I'm definitely against the attacks on Israel and all that. But lately, I've been lied to so much from everybody in the media and the news. I'm in the media. Nobody has ever brought something to me and said, say the opposite of what the truth is, ever. But they do have ways of skewing things certain ways, talk about this, lean it that way, and then all of a sudden everybody's got the same narrative. This is what happened, this is why. But you don't really know that. Like, I watched a lady, a Canadian reporter who really didn't have a dog in the fight. She was over there, and she was trying to break down some of the stuff. She's like, I'm in Gaza. Nothing's happening over here. There's what they call the wall. The wall's only 20% of what they say it is. The rest of it's like a fence. And she goes, and then this elaborate security that they have to get into Israel is nothing more than what you'd go through to get through an airport. Like, there is somebody that didn't have anything to lose just breaking down and telling you the truth. So I don't know what to believe anymore. We've been fed so much BS and so many lies. So every time my wife, who is sympathetic with the Jewish people, starts to explain something to me, and she says, but this is, and I go, but hold on. Where are you getting that from?
Right.
Because if you talk to the Palestinian people, that's not the same story that they give you. They tell you this. And she's like, yeah, well, because of Hamas. But yeah, but I mean, we don't know. We're knowing what we've been told. And we're right now, it was very telling that when the president spoke, he was mostly speaking about Putin and how Putin, remember, it was like right in the beginning of all this, and most of his talk was about Putin. So if we're in a situation right now where we're thinking we're going, if Putin is over there going, hey, America is really manipulating the economy, the world economy, and what's happening in Israel, and we may have to step up again. Well, right now, the idea is to make Putin the enemy and to say he's bad. Him and Iran and China are all teaming up. So right now, if you ask the average citizen, they go, Russia bad, China bad, Iran bad, North Korea bad. But we don't really know any of this stuff. Like, none of it ever really, I don't know. I'm really doubting everything that I read these days. And I don't mean like a Spanish conspiracy theory that maybe Putin's really an angel and he's here to save the world and we're trying to keep him down. I believe he's an evil man as well. I'm just saying you have to question everything that has been brought to you because you don't know what people's motives are or why they're trying to get you to believe a certain narrative.
Well, there's the old saying, you're smart enough to know what you don't know. You know what I mean? So, and that's a definite thing that you have to have because there's people that'll be like, this is the way, and you say, how do you know that?
Right.
And they're hearing it from a third party or they're hearing it from someone who wants to skew it a certain way, whatever. It's crazy. Also, I'd like to point out, if you're a foreign female, definitely Gaza is the place where you want to go. Like, could you imagine if you're a reporter and they're like, hey, we're sending you Gaza? I'd be like, yeah, I quit.
They've cut off heads of American reporters. Smoking hot girl that they picked up at the rave from the first thing, they supposedly cut her head off.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a woman, I wouldn't go anywhere near that. And again, I'd like to say, just to repeat, I am standing with Israel, and I believe that those attacks were horrendous, and that even though Hamas is doing it, not necessarily the Palestinian people, Hamas is running Palestine, and the only thing to do is to respond, to retaliate. I would say if this was my family and you attacked me and cut off the heads of elderly people and kill babies, I would come back at you 1,000 times stronger as well.
Well, remember that because be careful what you say. I have a story coming up that ties in with this.
All right.
It's interesting for sure. Speaking of keeping women safe, Carmen, please be careful.
Be careful, Carmen.
Be careful.
Okay.
Please be careful.
If you're taking an Uber, but also other ladies, also be careful.
Oh, I heard about this.
Oh, yeah.
So a woman fought off an Uber driver who undressed her and touched her inappropriately in St. Petersburg.
Was she
according to
drunk?
the police. It doesn't say anything about that. It says St. Petersburg police say that Jose Antonio Canela Sanchez picked up a 32-year-old woman just before 6:30 a.m. on Wednesday. Before reaching the woman's destination, police said that Canela Sanchez pulled into a parking lot, got into the back seat of the car. Police said the driver started undressing the woman against her will and touching her private parts. Officers said the woman was able to fight off Canela Sanchez and escaped. Sanchez was arrested on Wednesday afternoon. He was charged with sexual battery and false imprisonment.
I gotta tell you, I always say to my son, take an Uber, but my daughter is able to go out on her own. She's never taken an Uber.
Yeah,
Never.
well, I mean,
Not alone.
You know, yeah, you want to
Okay.
have friends or, you know, something. Yeah, it's crazy.
I am gonna have such weird standards for her that I did not have for my son. It's going to be unfair, and I understand that. It's a cruel
you're
world.
going to drive her.
Yeah,
and-
she's going to rebel even more.
Yeah.
Bad
Well,
news,
she
man.
can complain about me to her 24-hour security.
It is time to turn your clocks back this weekend. According to a survey, 70% of us think that changing the clocks twice a year is just a waste of time. Some of the reason we hate it
Don't
so
you
much,
like it because it's just a little bit of a change?
it says it disrupts our sleep, it affects our mental health, and actually having to go around adjusting clocks and doing that stuff. With the time change, you can get an extra hour of sleep this weekend because it goes backwards.
I like that.
In a survey, 21% of people say they rarely or never wake up feeling well rested, and our worst sleep habit is going to bed at different times, not having a set time when you go to
I don't
bed.
like it getting dark at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, same.
Nah,
I like
it
the
takes
extra.
away half of our day.
Yeah.
No, it does not. It's an hour.
It feels
Yes,
like you're
it
running out of
does.
time. You're like, it's already dark
Yeah.
out.
Well,
It's an hour, Carmen. How is it half the day?
So, because let me tell you, so I go for a run at Lake Park.
Oh, who
it
runs?
closes, but it closes at 7. Well, guess what? It's going to close at 6, so I can't get in at 5. So if I don't, right? But if I don't, so now if I don't go between 12 and 3, I'm not going to be able to go. And before, I was able to go at 5 o'clock because it was open
So
till
you're
7.
saying if you're fat, it's because of daylight savings time.
Yeah.
that's-
Sounds like somebody's making excuses.
Right.
I can't run anywhere else than there.
Right. And
No,
I have
that's-
no hours in the day except the dark hours.
I'm giving you an example. There's many other examples that I could give you. That's just one of them that shows you
How about
that
this?
1 hour makes a 3-hour difference in someone's day.
How about this? The temperatures drop because it gets darker earlier, and I get to sit outside and watch TV on my little solo stove with my little fireplace. Ooh, cozy. Love it. So shut up with your running. Why don't you run over here and sit down outside by the fire with me?
No.
As a person with multiple occupations,
Yes.
sometimes when I leave my house, it's dark, and when I get home, it's
Oh,
dark.
Yeah.
no, you're like being in Alaska.
I don't see my house in the daylight for like months.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
look, I
I'm
get
against it.
Daylight is healthy for people. My wife mentally loves it when it's nice and sunny and clear outside. I like it when it's dark. I do. I like a nice, cool, wintry kind of.
But they've done a research about it. It's the exact opposite. It actually ruins people's mental health.
Depression.
Because there's not as much sun.
Not me, and I'm only worried about me. Thank you.
A driving instructor in the Netherlands was fined after his 17-year-old student was caught speeding on Tuesday. He was going 95 in an 80-mile-per-hour zone. The teacher tried to say that they were just showing the student that speeding doesn't actually save that much time. The cops did not buy it. They didn't believe that.
I
remember-
love going. Sorry.
When I was a kid, my mother goes, if you went 10 miles over the speed limit, you only got there 5 minutes earlier. And I was like, oh, yeah. So what are you saying? Go 20 miles over the speed limit?
Yeah, go faster.
I love when you're driving and some guy like swerve around you and rev the engine and
Yep.
haul ass on his cars, and then you get up and you're at the exact same red light.
Do you
like a
ever
mile
do
down the
that?
road.
I always, sometimes the window's down, I roll over and I go, good thing you got here.
Yeah,
early."
yeah, exactly. Here we
You
are.
did it. Hey, good job. Give him the big thumbs up. I have a hot or not for you guys.
Do it.
This is a Florida one. It's South Florida. A woman is facing charges after she was caught on a neighbor's surveillance camera Tuesday beating her toddler son, including picking him up and throwing him back down on the ground. Yulia Storozovic, 29 years old, of Sunny Isle Beach, has been charged with 2 felony counts of child abuse. She's being held on a $5,000 bond. According to her, she did this because the child wasn't listening, and the child apparently wanted to go to the playground, and she told him no. Law enforcement said this is a wonderful case of see something, say something. They said the neighbor who called us about the incident may not know it, but they may have saved this young boy's life. In bond court, through a Russian translator, the mother said that she and her son came to South Florida a year ago to escape the war in Ukraine, and she said she works as a flight attendant, where she worked as a flight attendant. The judge in the case ordered her to have no contact with the son. Oh. So she is Russian, and she's 29 years old. Her name is Yulia Storozovic. She's beating up her toddler son because he wanted to go to the playground, living down in South Florida. Mike Calta, hot or not?
In my country, you want to beat little bitch boy so he listen. Russian, flight attendant, South Florida, strong hands, hot.
You're saying hot.
Hot.
All right. Gio, what do you think?
I wanted to say Yulia Gulia, but the fact, like Mike said, Russian flight attendant, She's hot.
Carmen, what do you got?
Yeah, hot women hit babies.
Yeah.
By the way, that's
Great
another
phrase.
That's another great album title.
Yeah.
Hot Women Hit by
Aerosmith.
Yeah. All right. So everybody's saying hot. Joe, show Yulia.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Oh, yes.
She's hot. Actually, if you scroll up, you have like her social media picture. She's even hotter there. Yeah.
I'd let her hit my baby.
This is Russia.
Yeah, so I couldn't show you. They actually have video of her beating the kid, whatever, but I couldn't show you the video because you would have been able to see.
Don't be pussy.
How
Don't
hot
be
she
pussy.
was while she's beating her child. Today is National Sandwich Day.
Oh, I love
Oh,
sandwiches.
I
What's
love
your go-to
sandwiches.
sandwich?
My go-to, it's always salami and cheese.
Just salami and cheese?
Yeah, if I'm making it home.
What do you toast it?
Sometimes I like to toast a little bit and get a little melty cheese going.
I like it.
Yeah.
Salami, huh?
That's good. Yeah. I like a nice grilled chicken. Grilled
Oh,
chicken's good. But if you're going like sandwich, like just regular, I mean, you know, it's hard to beat old
Public
school.
sub.
Hard to beat old school bologna.
Public sub different from a sandwich?
Yeah.
Then I'm
I'm
going
so-
grilled cheese.
I like
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's.
Good.
Well, yeah, but we're not
Mike's is
going-
great, but
we're not
that's
going
also
sub.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going grilled cheese because it's really the only sandwich I'll eat. I don't really like sandwiches.
What are you going with your cheeses? Because my wife has strict rules about cheeses.
I'm all yellow.
Huh?
I'm all yellow.
American?
Yellow American, cheddar,
Oh.
one of those things.
If it's American, my wife goes crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's my first choice, but
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's one of them. Freddie Subs. What is the other place called? Jimmy John's.
They only do the
One of them.
provolone.
One of them doesn't have the yellow American. They only have provolone.
I think that's
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's,
I
yeah.
don't understand that.
I'm telling you, Jersey Mike's, number 7, the turkey, Mike's
Yep.
Way with mayo. Boom.
But okay, so I don't know. There's one that I like a little bit more than the other one. What's the one with the drive-through?
That's
Jimmy
Jimmy
John's?
John's.
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's
Freaky
is
fast.
not. Jimmy John's not the one that I like better, but it's not bad.
I like Jersey Mike's better.
But Jimmy John's confuses me because you want a normal like sub, like $5 foot long. They don't have that. They either have like one that's less than that or one that's the size of your forearm.
Well, Jersey Mike's has
It's
the
$18.
giant. Has the giant.
It's
size,
giant,
yeah,
but
yeah.
there's no the step below giants.
No, it's regular.
yeah, it's
Nah.
small.
Yeah.
Right, or
Small.
it's tiny.
A regular is a little
Regular.
bit smaller than it should
Mentally, I needed to
be.
see.
You know what's so funny is I talked to the owner of one of them. He was the owner and he was from Chicago, so we started talking. And I said, you guys need in between.
In between.
I go,
Yeah.
you go from regular
No,
to
because
giant.
he's right. Because when I go there, I'm like, I don't want the giant, but I don't want the tiny one.
so you get
give me the giant.
Yeah, yeah. And then you always have the one extra left over.
No, I eat the
Oh,
hell out of the
I
whole
always
thing.
have it left over, the
Yeah.
one extra left over.
I see your Jimmy John's and your Freaky Fast, and I raise you a Capriati's.
Oh.
If you're going for the
Oh,
sauce.
let's
I will tell
go.
you, Jimmy John's, I do not go to because that fat bastard caught that shark and was humping it on the thing. And stuff. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. At all.
I see your Capriati's and I raise you a mustard cheese.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's a different class, though.
It
That's
is
not
different.
even.
You want to talk about a sandwich? That's
yeah,
a sandwich.
I don't even consider that
The
the,
mustard
same.
seed, the mustard seed. I don't know why I sing that, but it is fantastic.
All right, well, let's make some. They making meat out there. Let's get
Yeah.
some sandwiches going on.
Right?
What would you say is the most searched sex position?
Reverse cowgirl.
Reverse cowgirl,
Doggy.
doggy.
You mean like to watch porn or people that like how to do it?
Well, it just says most searched. So
I
I'm
say
assuming
reverse
maybe,
cowgirl.
maybe both. Like,
I think it's a lot of people going to the internet going, so reverse
How do we know?
cowgirl?
Like
Yeah.
how to. And
Do
then,
I wear the hat or does she wear
Right,
the hat?
right. Do we
Joe?
need to have a steer?
What do you got? The rum chata slide?
No, I think that reverse cowgirl would be the most searched one. Because
Carmen, what do you think?
I think it's the opposite
What?
place. The
Oh,
Oh.
Butt
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What
The
about
old switcheroony.
How to do that one.
what about double DP? Anybody
Mm.
researching that?
It's not a position.
This is the position, the pretzel.
The pretzel.
So the pretzel is a sex position that's most searched in 14 states, including Louisiana, Minnesota, Kentucky, Nevada, all this
About
stuff.
to add Florida to that.
So what is the pretzel? Well, hold on before you start
Okay,
Googling.
all right.
It's when the person on the bottom lies on their side while the person on top kneels down, straddling their partner's bottom leg and holding the top leg.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Oh, yeah.
There is a picture on Bone TV.
I didn't know that.
That's the
I didn't
pretzel.
know that was a pretzel.
Yeah, well, now you know.
Yeah.
That's the pretzel.
Seems like
Can
a
I-
lot of work.
Can I just tell you? Speaking
Your
of the
wife is a
pretzel,
lucky lady.
Yeah.
speaking of the pretzel, Galvin,
Yeah.
There is a chick on OnlyFans who I've talked about before that I don't think we give enough love to because she's the most giving person on OnlyFans.
Twisty Mick.
Flexi Rachy.
Oh, okay.
Flexi Rachy is often putting herself in a pretzel. She is very flexible. I tried to get her to come down here for the circus. That's how I stumbled upon her OnlyFans.
Yeah. You were doing research.
She puts her legs behind her head all the way, like no problem. Effortlessly puts her legs behind her head, leaving her lady parts and her buttocks to be exposed in that area. And then she's either alone or with a friend and does some pretty fantastic stuff. And is a giver, like every day, new stuff.
The only problem with the pretzel is that the salt burns.
Yeah.
No, don't use
What?
salt. Don't.
So you
And it smells like chestnuts.
Come on. What about the warm butter, Carmen? How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in for
Maybe a
that.
little mustard? A little mustard on it?
No.
By the way, everybody Googling the pretzel right now, I guarantee.
Anybody want to try it? Give us a call.
An early poll on big holiday get-togethers found that the average person will go to how many parties this year? Like holiday parties?
3.
This is Thanksgiving to Christmas. You say 3,
We'll
average
stick with
person?
3, yeah.
Yeah?
I'd say 4.
4?
2.
Carmen?
5, I guess, is left.
This says the average person will go to 10 or more.
No way.
Average person.
Well, you have a or you have a party.
It's get-togethers. It's also get-togethers. So if it's like a dinner or something like that, but 10 or more, that's come on.
I don't even know 10 people.
Yeah,
That's Mike will definitely do that though.
I won't.
average person. I don't think so.
But I'm
I'm
just saying,
not average.
But also think about how many dinners you're going to go to in this next couple of months.
And then dinner plus we got whoever loses football.
Yeah. Whatever happened to the Christmas party that was in the works for staff? Yeah.
No.
Well, something, and then you were going to plan something.
Yeah, I don't know what the company
And we never
is.
got on when there's what it was going to be.
Don't you think they should tell us that?
Yeah.
I thought it was the lighting game. Or that was
Again?
That's what we heard.
Isn't that what? This party.
I think I'm rather a party for us. And I try to think about it. And there's like 4 people that
We just core 4.
This is our people. Dizzy, yeah, it would. I would say our day ends at the end of Dizzy's show.
Yeah.
Anybody that's between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. is included. That's it.
I like it.
No John Brennan.
Freeloaders, and you know.
What about the traffic girl?
Who? What's her name?
Joanna.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you like that?
Do I
Nailed
know
it.
her?
Nailed it.
Do I know her?
Yeah, you met her at the comedy circus.
Did?
Yeah, she was out there. I pay attention when people introduce themselves. I'm a good person. I know people. I'm not too big for everyone.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not too big for everyone either. I just forget. Oh, I just forget people. I forget everything just because I'm old now. I this morning I asked a question, and when I asked it, we asked if Michael Clark Duncan had ever been on the show. I asked it like a quiz. Has Michael Clark Duncan ever been on the show? And everybody was thinking, and I go, I don't know the answer to this. And then Spanish goes, yes. And I went, oh, yeah, he was. Because I remember I tried to get him to sing, I'm leaving on a jet plane. Yeah. So there are certain things it takes a little coaxing now before I remember.
So listen to this. Whoever came up with this is a good marketer. I can tell you right now.
All right.
So Barefoot Wine. You think Swifties are going to be involved in this? Well, they are now because Donna Kelsey is teaming up with Barefoot Wine for a contest where the winner can sit with her in the when the Chiefs take on the Eagles on Monday, November 20th.
Oh,
and they get to bring along 3 friends.
Oh,
So you have to think, will Swiftie be there? And then you know.
Oh,
so
if I got there and she wasn't, I'd be furious.
Well, You don't know.
Oh.
But it's just to be with Donna Kelsey.
Yeah, I don't want to be with Donna Kelsey, and I don't want to watch a stupid Chiefs game.
You're hoping that Taylor shows up so you can bring your daughter and bring whoever. Yeah. But that's a genius idea from Barefoot Wine because they're like, there's no way we can afford to do a deal with Taylor Swift. Donna Kelsey.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, smart.
I'm trying so hard to be the greatest dad in the world by getting the Eras Tour movie early.
Yeah.
No luck. Hasn't showed up yet.
It's going to be on Netflix, I think.
Yeah,
I saw.
for the early one.
Didn't they go to it or no?
Yeah, but I want to be like, guess what, kids? We're having a Swiftie party at the house. My kids, by the way, not just neighborhood kids.
Just driving around in a van.
No.
Guess what, kids? Get in the back.
Playing the music, like the ice cream truck.
Yeah.
My daughter was Taylor Swift for Halloween.
Yeah.
And she's this is her first obsession in her lifetime. You know, like she liked things for a little while, and then she grows out of it. She likes these stupid Sterniolo triplets on YouTube, but they came to Tampa. I go, you want to go? I'll get you VIP. And she's like, no. So I don't know. Taylor Swift. Whew.
So I wonder if kids that age are that into Taylor Swift or if they're that into their friends all being together liking something.
No, let me tell you, she sits in the room and watches the video and learns dances by herself.
Yeah, but that way she has a leg up and she knows everything. You know what I mean?
Like it's just the cool thing at the time.
Right, but also in her group, they're like, do the dance with her, and then Juliana's like, this is how it goes, and does it, and they're like, oh my God, she knows all the moves.
But also, Taylor Swift is so big and
so
she
popular.
she relates.
I understand that. I'm saying the
why
psychology. The psychology of it is the kid really that into the music and into Taylor Swift, like in a vacuum. Do they love it that much, or is it because their friends love it? It's something they all can do together.
I think I'll tell you what it was. She didn't care either way, and then she went to the concert, and she was blown away.
Yeah.
I think that was her first real concert as a kind of tween, you know? So she knew the music, but didn't know how much of it she liked, and then after the concert, she was obsessed.
I'm sure you already have, but get her a guitar and a piano and stuff, and get that.
She's got the piano in her room.
Yeah.
She's got it in her room. Play away.
That's great if they, get influenced by that and start doing that stuff early, man.
My kids are, I want to say spoiled, but they're not really spoiled because they have good attitudes about things. Like spoiled kids demand things,
right.
So they're not. But they are spoiled as far as the things that they have.
They have the opportunity.
You just said
Stuff.
Get her a keyboard. She got a keyboard in her room. We got 900 guitars in this house. I mean, I'm pretty close to a realistic, literal 900 number of guitars in this house. Bass, a drum set. But I'm just saying most of this stuff was given to me. I'm not bragging about it. I'm just telling you we have a lot of the resources.
Yeah.
Instead of learning to dance, the dance moves, learn to play the song.
Yeah.
That's the route to go.
I'm just thinking, like, I said to my son, we were driving down to Miami to go on Burt's cruise, and I pulled my son out of school. He's in the back on a bed in a Sprinter. I'm watching TV above him, and I go, when I was a kid, we didn't even have air conditioning in my car. Seriously, my mom had a Dodge something, I can't remember, and it was looked like the K car that they used to use for learning how to drive at school.
Dodge Dart.
It wasn't a Dart. It was like it'll hit me in a second. But it was just a horrible car and it had no air conditioning. So in the middle of summer, we'd be driving around with the windows open, and my mom smoked when we were young, so it was gross, smelled like cigarettes. It was the worst experience ever. And then my brother and I used to fight over who would sit in the front seat, and it was just miserable. We didn't have seatbelts in that car, nothing. Nope. Now here's my son in a limo going down to go on a cruise where we have a room that Oprah stayed in. I looked at him and I go, you have no idea. No idea.
Dodge Aries?
I wanted to say it was Aries, but I wasn't sure if I was right.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Reliant, the King car. Yeah.
It was pretty awful. It was pretty awful.
You get in the Sprinter, like, what do you mean only one of the TVs is working?
Yeah. No, but that's the one thing where my son's like not spoiled, where he's never like, I want to watch a movie or where's my PlayStation? He's never like that.
Right.
But the fact that he has this opportunity, I hope he realizes how great it is, because they never had to ride in a car with no air conditioning.
Yeah, brutal. So earlier we were talking about Israel and Palestine and stuff, and I said, be careful what you say. Canceled. No. Selena Gomez says she needs a break from Instagram and is going to delete her account after being blasted. It's about the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Selena posted and deleted an IG story Thursday where she revealed her plans to get off IG, explaining, "I'm done. I do not support any of what's going on." The decision came over only days after Selena had posted about the war going on. So here's what she said. And tell me if this is terrible.
Okay.
And people are freaking out.
Before you say this, that's what I was going to ask you, what she said, because what you're finding out is that you're have an opinion before they start. They fired a guy from the New York Times whose job is to report his opinion on things, and he was a pro-Palestine guy, or he wasn't even pro-Palestine. He was maybe the Palestinians aren't as bad, maybe it's just Hamas, and they fired him. So, and it's a newspaper.
I want to read this post that she put out and tell me what you think of it. I'll weigh in. I won't give you my opinion until you guys do. She said, quote, Selena Gomez says, "My heart breaks to see all of the horror, hate, violence, and terror that's going on in the world. People being tortured and killed, or any act of hate towards any one group is horrific. We need to protect children."
Broad statement.
It is.
Yeah.
But I'll smart enough to know that I can't say this, I don't want to take a side or doesn't take a stand in saying, "Oh, well, she didn't even say anything. Why say anything?" Really, to be honest with you, that part is right. Why say anything if you're just to say that?
Yeah.
We all know nobody wants innocent people
And
to
nobody
die.
needs Selena Gomez to be the one to chime in on it.
But also, the girl feels bad and she's like, "Hey, this is terrible," and knows that she can't say more than that because people will cancel her. Now she's getting canceled for not saying enough.
My wife and I talk about this a lot. My wife is feels very strong about this. And when people say, these poor Palestinian babies are dying too, and she says, yeah, but it's not the response to look what they did on, what was it, the October 7th? Yeah. October 7th, they came in, they killed babies, old people, they beheaded people. It was a horrendous attack. So it's too early for some people to start saying, but the other side is, well, it doesn't matter. What you did over here is one thing. What's happening, and they're very offended by that. I don't know how I feel about that, but I know that certain people are very offended by that, and that's why it doesn't make any sense if you're Selena Gomez to say anything. You can talk to your family and friends about it and keep it in your circle, but if you have a job where the public is going to have an opinion of you and it can affect you financially and
if you're one of the people with the most followers in the world, she ended it by saying, I wish I could change the world, but a post won't." Selena's post
maybe show a nipple.
Met with tons of hate online, with folks accusing her of not doing all she can to help those in need, dragging her for being a victim, and blasting her for claiming her platform was useless.
Look,
it's crazy.
She gave her opinion, and that is her. She's entitled to it. And it seems to me that she was very middle of the road, caring about humanity. I don't think that was that bad.
I think people are just want a reason to freak out.
It's recreational outrage.
Yeah.
And also, you know who this is coming from? Their fans? Hailey Bieber.
Yeah.
That's all who it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
and they're
dumb.
just trolling her. And
So
just
dumb.
trying,
I tell you, I really like Hailey Bieber.
Hailey Bieber is Selena Gomez.
Dude, Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Gomez, yeah.
Good. We don't have to fight.
Yeah.
I think I'd go Hailey Bieber.
I got to tell you, Hailey Bieber, all dressed up with Justin behind her in the gym shorts and all gross looking and stuff. I'm like, come on, at least clean it up for her.
How about Hailey Bieber? I like her, and I'll admit that she's got a little bit of a horse face, and I still think she's smoking hot.
Yeah.
And so the thing with her is that still amazes me is that video of them meeting for the first time when she was a little kid and she was a fan.
Yeah.
And now she gets to marry him.
And / creepy.
Nah, 'cause he was a little kid too. Yeah.
She is a young Giselle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Giselle looks more like an Arabian stallion, where the other one, Hailey Bieber's just got a little bit of a horse face. What's wrong?
Joe has this had a great side shot of Hailey Bieber up there, and her.
She's sexy. She really is.
She's got
Selena
an amazing
Gomez.
body.
Selena Gomez, you want to marry. Hailey Bieber, you want to date till you meet Selena Gomez.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, how's it going outside with the barbecue?
It's going well. They are very experienced and far more knowledgeable than I will ever be when it comes to grills. Yeah.
Well, what are they doing?
They're getting the food set up right now. Do you want me to tell you what they're cooking? You already know?
No, I don't know.
Oh, then I'm not going to tell you.
No, why can't you tell me?
I can tell you.
Want
Yeah,
to surprise us, or
It makes surprise.
If they come in here with liver, I want to be prepared to not eat it.
It's good. It's
What
good
is
what
it?
they brought. You really want me to tell you?
Don't tell him.
Binya. 3 times they said it.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Tomahawk steaks.
Come on.
Oh. Why'd you tell
then I
us?
can kill you with the bone.
Bro,
You just
it's
ruined the surprise.
Yeah. What
huge. I hate you guys.
Jerk off.
So this is the guys from Grill and Provisions and the Brisket Shop. And if you were ever thinking about getting a grill or, really getting into the barbecuing, these guys do it all. They have a facility over there in, I think, is it Howard or Armenia? It's right next to the SPCA. Armenia.
Humane Society.
The Humane Society. Sorry, it's right next to the Humane Society with a new giant big DeBartolo building, and they have all the equipment and all the stuff you need and the meat inside there, and they have a back area where you can go sit outside and watch the game.
Cool.
And it's pretty amazing. But they're here today to talk about Barbecue Love Fest, which is happening at Perry Harvey Park on the 18th, I believe, and we're going to do a special for tickets. So if you wanted to go, stand by. I'm going to give you a special code when they come in here for tickets where you can get buy one, get one free for some people. So stand by. I'll give you all the information.
They are 3501 North Armenia Avenue is where Grill and Provisions
Yeah,
are.
really beautiful place. And if you're looking to start a grill or an outdoor kitchen or something, that's your one-stop shop.
And it's kind of like, whatever you're looking for. Like if you're looking for a guitar, you go into a guitar shop and you talk to the people. They know all this stuff, whatever. So these guys know all the
It's so
different
funny
stuff.
when you go in there and you talk to Danny and you're like, I'm thinking about buying this grill. He's like, brother, listen to me. let me tell you what I know. I got 18 of these grills working right now.
Got it. I say if they're out there cooking steaks, what if your wife gets out there and tells them to make them well done?
No. First of all, I already told her to stay away from them. I don't want her poisoning our meat.
So I have a lot of music news for you. Dolly Parton told the Hollywood Reporter that she has been asked several times to headline the Super Bowl halftime show. She says she said no because her concerts are
Between what, 79 and 84?
no big productions or anything like that, but that may change with their upcoming Rockstar album. Rock and roll. Hey, everybody, let's rock and roll. She said she could do a big production around that show.
That's
so,
cool.
And she has all the different artists on there and stuff.
But Galvin Train, if she was the headliner, but she brought out, the more current people, Miley Cyrus to sing with her.
Right.
Lady Gaga or something. It's like 5 people to sing with Dolly Parton. I think people would enjoy that.
I don't think she's the headliner. I think she's the guest where she could fit in.
Yeah,
Well,
make
maybe.
Miley the headliner and then bring out Dolly.
Listen, Dolly Parton is a rock and roll Hall of Fame icon who has been around forever, and she's bringing whoever she wants with her. Like, Dolly Parton can get anyone from any genre of music. You say, come play with Dolly Parton halftime show, they're showing up.
Yeah.
For sure. Speaking of music and football, Garth Brooks will headline the first ever Amazon Music Live special on Black Friday because they're going to have a game on Black Friday now.
All right.
He'll be performing live from the grand opening of his new Friends in Low Places bar and Honky Tonk in Nashville.
Honky Tonk's the dumbest term ever.
I like Honky Tonk.
I know. I mean, I don't want to hang out at a honky tonk.
Is it a bar and grill? Is it a Honky Tonk? Oh, yeah, Honky Tonk as well. I'm in.
I just think Honky Tonk Man from WWE.
They smash you with a guitar.
Yeah.
I think honky, the derogatory word from George Jefferson to white people. So imagine if it was reverse. What would they call it?
I don't know. George Jefferson's place?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They had a honky tonk.
Billy-
What's across the street?
Billy Joel will end his Madison Square Garden residency next July.
Lies.
So you have a few more times to see him. After 150 shows. that
Yeah,
done there.
he's not going to end it. He'll do 3 a year instead of doing 20.
Well, the residency, he can still play there whenever he wants and stuff, but he, has the residency. Of course, we talked about it.
You're a residency at Las Vegas at a theater that holds 1,000 people, 2,000 people. Here you have a residency at one of the most famous arenas in the whole world, and you've played there hundreds of times.
And still will sell it out every time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. The Beatles have a new song out, so I have some new music for you guys. Have you heard it yet or no?
I did. I listened to it yesterday.
Yeah,
This is a song called Now and Then, which has all 4 Beatles on the song.
When it's over, I'm going to tell you why I don't like it.
All right, Carmen, go ahead and play a little bit of it.
It's all because of you.
Is that John?
Yes.
And
So
I
I have some interesting information. Did you see it's about a 15-minute little docu thing that they
No.
did about this? So it's really interesting. So they had put those 2 songs out before. There was the Beatles, and it was stuff from that John had.
Free as a Bird is the only one I know.
And there was another one, and
I
they
don't know the other
were
one.
going to do this one as well. But this was literally from cassette tapes that John had that Yoko gave to them.
Oh.
Because Paul said
That's
they
the
wanted
other
to-
disturbing thing is I feel like he's singing this to Yoko.
Maybe. But the interesting thing was, so this song back then, he was playing piano and singing, and they couldn't lift the vocals off, and the piano is over part. It was, kind of bad because it's just a cassette tape, and
Yeah.
it's just him doing that. Well, when Peter Jackson did the Beatles documentary, they took the audio and did so much stuff and created so much new technology where they could just lift the vocals and do all this stuff and clean it up so much. So they had
very interesting.
They had been working on this. George, Ringo, and Paul were working on it, and then this song didn't come to fruition. And they said, maybe we'll be able to do it later. Then George died, but George had already played on this a little bit and did some of the stuff. So then once Peter Jackson had that, he sent the stuff to Paul and said, hey, I have all this. You guys could do it
pretty
now.
interesting.
So him and Ringo got together, and Paul even said, he goes, I thought I could do my bass part better. So he re-recorded his bass part and then sent it to Ringo. Ringo did the drums, put all his stuff together. So kind of interesting. So it's the last Beatles song with all the Beatles on
Look,
it.
I love the fact that they do stuff like that and that you're getting a new Beatles song. I don't particularly love the song. The other thing I thought was kind of odd was it's what Now and Then.
Yeah,
it's called?
Now and Then.
Now and Then immediately launched with merchandise. Like for one song.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Now and Then T-shirts, Now and Then calendars, and I went, oh, brother. It's something about doing it to do it, and there's something about doing it because we want to sell more T-shirts.
I don't know if this is a joke or whether people are really saying this or not. I think it's probably a joke. They say a lot of people are saying that it sounds a lot like Oasis.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. I
With
think we
AI,
know.
they can do anything now. I heard Johnny Cash singing "Baby Got Back."
So
Yeah.
weird.
So it's
dude.
like I don't even know what to believe.
Yeah,
So
it's
weird.
wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Paul was saying about doing it, he was like, I don't know whether we should do this or not. Would John want us to take a song that wasn't finished, whatever? And he goes, then I thought, yeah, he absolutely would. He thought he would think it would be great. So
Yeah. And you know what? He's dead, so he can't say
yeah,
anything.
that's right. Yoko gets the cut, I guess.
Yeah.
And then finally in news, the opening song can set the tone for the entire album. Spanish, because you have all
Damn
the
right.
albums and stuff because you don't just have Spotify or whatever. So ultimateclassicrock.com picked the 40 best album openers. I have the top 15 here. So it's going to be rock. It's going to be rock stuff, classic rock. So what do
Like
you
the
think?
first song on the
First
album?
song, whenever you put the album on, first song, and it hits you right in the face, and you're like, oh, this is going to be great.
Guns
What
N'
is
Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
Appetite for Destruction. First song is
Welcome to the Jungle.
yeah. Welcome to the Jungle comes in at number 5. Yeah, that's great.
5.
By the way, Welcome to the Jungle may be one of the greatest albums of all time.
100%. Every song on there is
So
a smash.
good. So good.
I don't think that I know enough albums.
Yeah, so you're trying to think of the first song
Yeah.
is the deal. So, I mean, you can name the album. I can tell you what the first song was. A lot of times it's their biggest song,
Yeah.
London Calling.
London Calling, Joe, from The Clash, 1979.
Yeah.
The title track is the first song on the album. Yes, London Calling. Yes, that comes in number 8.
Okay.
Thriller.
Joe's got 2. You guys are really stinking it
Got
up.
2.
Really
Can't
stinking
remember.
it
I can't remember what's on the first song of Thriller.
up. Thriller is not on here. Think more classic rock.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Thriller, I think might have been Beat It. I
Yeah.
don't remember. All right, classic rock. So I imagine there's probably a Led Zeppelin.
There's actually 2 Led Zeppelin.
Rock and Roll?
No, Rock and Roll was not the opening for the Zeppelin 4 or the non-titled one, if you want to say. 1971, Black Dog.
Okay,
Black Dog
yeah.
was the first one off there. Also, Led Zeppelin comes in. Black Dog comes in at number 12. And then they also have Led Zeppelin at number 3.
Immigrant Song.
From Led Zeppelin 2, Whole Lotta Love.
Oh, yeah.
Which I got to tell you, Led Zeppelin 1, Good Times, Bad Times. Bomb, bomb. Like, that's great, but that's not on this list. So Zeppelin in at number 3 and at number, what did I say? 12.
Is there a Van Halen?
Van Halen. Yep. Running with the Devil from Van Halen, the first album, 1978, comes in at number 11.
All right. Getting there. Narrowing it down.
I'll give you some of the other ones. Coming in number 15, Gimme Shelter from the Rolling Stones, Let It Bleed, 1969. From Prince and the Revolution, from Purple Rain, 1984, Let's Go Crazy.
Go Crazy, yeah.
Yeah. News of the World from Queen, 1977, We Will Rock You.
Okay.
First track off there, which is great.
Give us the albums and see if we can give you the track.
Okay. Well, this is the title track, so I'll just give you this one, then we'll move on. What's Going On from Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. Number 9 from Highway 61 Revisited, 1965, Bob Dylan.
Like a Rolling Stone.
Like a Rolling Stone, yeah. Then you had The Clash we had in there. From 1971, The Who. Who's Next?
Who are you?
No.
My Generation.
No. Out here in the field.
Oh, yeah.
Bob O'Reilly.
I thought that was on...
Who's Next?
Oh.
Yeah.
That intro's good.
It is so good.
Yeah.
1967, from the Jimi Hendrix Experience, Are You Experienced album.
Purple Haze.
Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, great.
But you know what's so funny? I was listening to the Classic Rock channel yesterday, and Purple Haze came on, and I went, that sounds a little weird. Then I realized it was a live version.
Oh, yeah?
And he goes, excuse me while I kiss that police officer over there.
Number 5 was Welcome to the Jungle, Guns N' Roses. Number 4 from 1991, Nevermind, Nirvana.
Oh, Smells Like Teen
damn.
Spirit, one of the
Smells
best
Like
songs ever.
I mean, people used to go crazy for that. So much that they would play it in dance clubs.
So
Yeah.
can
So
I tell you
crazy.
that the number one sign of what a great song that is Orlando was out for 2 weeks on Wild while I was in between jobs, and I filled in for him on Wild on the hip hop station. It was me and Gordy and whoever else was on the show at the time. I think Paco. And the number one compliment you're gonna get from Black Ladies is like, I don't know who that white boy is, but he's funny. That was what I got a lot of. But then we did a thing. It was something happened. There was a local a fire in a house or something where we did a pay for play weekend.
Yeah.
Where you could pay for whatever song. So I kicked it off and paid $100 to have Smells Like Teen Spirit played on
Wild.
And they loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
When you say they,
just
who do you mean?
the listeners.
Oh, okay.
The listeners loved it, and so did the people that worked on the show. They're like, "Oh yeah, this is a good one." I went, "Oh, all right, cool."
Nice. All right. How about, so number 3 was Whole Lotta Love, Led Zeppelin. Number 2 from 1968, Beggar's Banquet, The Rolling Stones.
Sympathy for the Devil.
yeah.
Sympathy for the Devil,
For the devil, that's what I said.
And then number 1 for opening song for the albums from this is from UltimateClassicRock.com. Best opening song from Born to Run, 1975.
Born to Run.
No. Opening song. First song.
Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
Thunder Road.
Yeah, Thunder Road. There you go.
Thunder Road, good,
That's a great song.
but Born to Run better.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that I went to see Bon Jovi at Giant Stadium, and this was the first song on Bon Jovi's New Jersey album in 1989, and it starts out with this. The entire stadium is black. The lights are going crazy, crisscrossing on the stage, and you just hear this, and the place is, I mean, there's 100,000 people there. It's the first time Bon Jovi's played Giant Stadium, and it's nutso. You got 3-4 states worth of people, all this noise starting to come in. This is the first song on this album, and it kicks in pretty good. But for a live thing, it was unbelievable. Nobody on the stage, just lights and all this noise, and they're playing this stuff live now. And then the keyboards come in, and then people start going crazy. I'm gonna speed it up a little so you don't have to do the whole thing. Now, that's John, and then all of a sudden, everything goes dark, and you hear this being sung live. Little fat Mike Calta, in his senior year of high school, is having the best time of his life right now. And then, boom, fireworks, and they shoot up from the bottom of the stage.
That's awesome.
My thing is, though, is that, have you ever seen how they actually shoot up from the bottom of the stage?
Yeah.
They put them on a platform, and they shoot it up.
Yeah.
How do you play while you're doing that? Or how could you even, I don't even know if I would fall.
Did you see Psy? Is it Psy, right?
Oh, I saw that where they threw him up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a huge crowd, and he comes up from under the stage and comes up high. He's like 6 feet in the air.
They throw him up there.
And they just go nuts for it. It's crazy.
Psy got it right, man.
I love that guy.
They love him.
He's super depressed now. They just did like one of those "Where Are They Now?" I saw a
Why?
couple weeks
Because he
ago.
can't find his front door with all his packs of money, all his
He
sacks.
says that when that song blew up, he had like 10 years of taking full advantage of everything that he could. And then I guess he got pigeonholed as like that guy. So he kept trying to put out new music. And that's what I said. Every record company was like, no, do the Gangnam Style again. Yeah.
I mean, it was too huge of a hit. You can't get away from it.
First one, I think, to reach 1 billion views was Psy.
And
Gangnam
hopefully,
Style. My son was probably 8 or 9. Didn't speak Korean, but knew all the words.
Damn right.
I thought he just cursed, and I realized he's not even speaking English. In the Joja. By the way, do you remember where Psy played in Florida?
Yeah, was it at the mall?
Yeah, he played at the Million Man Mall up at USF.
Have you seen his concerts now? They're like insane.
100,000 people.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're all dancing to this and stuff.
I'm dancing right now. Get it, Psy, get it.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
My God, what a hit.
I can't unhear
Yep. Don't say it.
dumpster.
Yep.
I
That's because you
can't.
hear it a lot.
No.
people driving by.
Damn it.
Even if he didn't have a good deal and he made this song, after it, he had to make so much money.
The most money.
Yeah.
You
The
know what
most
I mean?
money. It's always interesting how these people are, when they get rich, they're like, this is the best ever. Then you fast forward 20 years, they're like, it's just sad. I'm miserable. I live alone in my apartment.
Yeah, that would
Like,
never happen to
that's
me.
how I feel. I'm like, I don't understand.
You got to be able to embrace it. You got to be
Yeah.
able to do it right. You know, I mean, I always use Jerry Seinfeld as an example.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld, who is a billionaire now because of Seinfeld and how much money he made off that, at one time was the most famous person in the world. Like, he was huge. He had the biggest TV show. He was everywhere and stuff. And people always, fighting the paparazzi and stuff. And he'd come out and he'd go, hey, guys, all right, you got the picture? All right, watch out. I don't want to drive over you. And they're totally fine. Like, nobody's stopping. Yeah, Kesha come up to hug him. No, thanks. I mean, just he just handles it.
That was so great, dude.
If you're a star, and you're hiding and your bodyguards and stuff, you want that.
Yeah, I
you want
agree.
all that BS and all that hoopla. If you're a star and you just walk along, Tom Cruise said he went on the whatchamacallit, the train, whatever,
Yeah.
and he's just like, yeah, I just put my hat down and I go.
Glam. That's glam to me, right there. Glamour. Being able to just blend in as a celebrity.
I don't know. If I was sitting next to a guy on a train that had sunglasses on, a hat, but looked kind of like Tom Cruise, even if he looked exactly like Tom Cruise, I'd be like, that can't be Tom Cruise. We're on a train.
Right,
I don't know.
and even if you did look and there was some sort of identification where you knew it was Tom Cruise, are you gonna go, "Hey, everybody, it's Tom Cruise"?
No.
Or are you gonna be like, "Hey, all right,
I'm
I
going
got
to
you,
lean in
Tom."
and I'm going to go,
Yeah.
When I was in New York, I swear to God, I met Alec Baldwin at a bar, and he was like, no, I get that all the time. I'm just a business guy.
no, he
I
met
s-
Alec Baldwin.
I swear to God.
No
He
He's
was
like, let me sniff your butt.
Yeah.
Hey, I met Osama bin Laden.
Baldwin.
I met Osama bin Laden at
Yeah.
an Indian restaurant
you
in New
did.
York. I got the
Yeah, you
picture
did.
of it. So
100% agree.
he was smiling at me like, I know you see
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Could have taken him out, but you didn't.
Nah.
No.
Bad American.
Man. Stolen valor.
That is it for news.
I could have compromised them, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, listen, I got to remind you, and I'm going to remind you a lot during the show today, that at 10 o'clock this morning, our tickets to the Calta Christmas Extravaganza go on sale. It's happening December 16th at the Floridian Social Club. There's 2 shows, one naughty, one nice, and it's going to be live music, performances, special guest, and headlined by Lynn Coplitz, great comedian, and it's going to be fun. And there's 2 shows, an early show and a late show, a naughty show and a nice show. I'm telling you right now how it's going to go. The tickets are going to go on sale at 10. The naughty show is going to be sold out by 10:30. So decide now what you want and go to theboneonline.com to get your tickets starting at 10 o'clock this morning. There's VIP packages. There's general admission tickets. There's all sorts of different price points. But get yourself a ticket before it gets shut out because they're going to sell out fast. It's not a very big venue. It's a beautiful venue. And Carmen, you talked about earlier about going out and doing things for parties and get-togethers for holidays. Yeah. This is going to be a really nice one because you could actually wear a jacket and dress nice. You don't have to, but you could actually make a nice night of it. Go to dinner somewhere in St. Pete and then come over and check out the show. December 16th, it's a Saturday. It's the last event that we will do for the year before we take the Christmas break. 10 o'clock at theboneonline.com. We'll take a break. When we come back, I want some goddamn barbecue, Spanish. Go get us an update and find out what's going on. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
Pull way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. Machine guns ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat. Yeah.
8:18 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. How's it smell out there?
It smells smoky good. It's like that good, smoke flavor barbecue. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
It's nice.
I know.
It's nice.
Tomorrow, Saturday morning, starting at 9 a.m., Harris Auctions is going to be out at Capitol Pond. Capitol Pond is on Bush Boulevard, not too far up from 41 Nebraska over there. It is called Capitol Pond. It is Dom's father-in-law's place, and I have been there several times. Joe owns it. He's a great guy, and he was just on Pawn Stars last week when Pawn Stars was in town, filming around town. The 2 guys that they had on were Joe at Capitol Pond, which is pretty amazing because he's got some good stuff in there, and a guy named Alejandro, I hope I get it right, de Quesada, who is a guy who owned a local rifle company, which was my first AR that I got. And it was over by the airport. I don't even know that he's there. Are they still in business or what the deal is? But his father, I guess, was one of the guys who invented Gatorade. And he's a huge collector of firearms and war memorabilia and all these. I mean, he had stuff all the way back from the Civil War. He had a Civil War cannon in there. He's got warehouses just filled with memorabilia. He's probably got the most wartime stuff of anybody I'd ever seen. He'd have these giant racks that look like Christmas trees that started out narrow and branched out of the bottom with just handguns going around it, but from different eras.
Merry Christmas.
It's pretty amazing of all the stuff that he had. And he did it for the love of history. He'd bring out a sword and he would tell you the history of the sword. And I guess he was on the Pawn Stars episode. I'd like to watch that. I haven't seen that. I don't love that show, but I would watch it for these things. And Capitol Pond tomorrow is having a liquidation sale. They're shutting down. Joe's retiring. He's going out of business so that he could spend time with his grandchildren. And it's a good opportunity for you to go on out there and get stuff, sports memorabilia. There's 3 things that I wanted, Gio. I wanted the Superman statue that we talked about this morning, which I don't know that's even available anymore. But they have a street light, like a real red, yellow, and green street light with a big pipe and all that works. I want to get that and hang that in here. I think that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
And they have a bunch of guns. And I bought a gun. Last time Joe had an auction out there, I went out there and bought a gun. Not because I need a gun. Not because I don't have Shark Goes Tactical to buy guns from, but every once in a while you just see a weird old gun that you'd never thought, I'd never buy this anywhere else or saw it anywhere else, but I'm getting it today. I have a 9mm with a pearl inlay on the handle, and it's just fantastic looking. I don't think I'll ever fire it either, but anyway, it's those sort of things that you can get. And there's a lot of electronics and jewelry and Rolexes, and it's an auction. I'm going to tell you this, the guy from the auction was so frustrated last time, but he's like, this is a Rolex. We're at $1,200 going once, going twice. So I
get
want
some deals.
Yeah, I want people to get on out there and get some deals. So that's tomorrow morning, Capitol Pond, 9 a.m. Go see my man Joe.
You see Mike and Dino.
And me and Dino will be there.
Maybe me.
I got this yesterday. and I don't know how public it is yet.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to break the news, but it's news to me.
Yeah.
And it makes so much sense. United States District Court, Southern District of Florida. The plaintiff versus the defendant. The defendant, the NFL Player Disability and Survivor Benefit Plan, also known as the NFL Player Disability and Neurocognitive Benefit Plan, and the Burt Bell Pete Rozelle NFL Playment Retirement Plan, is being sued by who?
South Florida?
Tampa. I don't know where the court is, but it's Tampa related.
Tom Brady.
Defendant essentially seeks injunction preventing the plaintiff from talking to specific people and making specific social media posts. The statement at issue.
Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is. Antonio Brown.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Who's the one that you don't like?
What? I like everybody, Carmen.
Chidi.
Who?
Right? Chidi?
Chidi Ahanotu.
Yeah.
Carmen wins.
I know Mike's body.
It's a wonderland. The statement is an issue, and an issue includes a text message from the plaintiff, Chidi, to the defendant witness accusing him of being a confidential informant for the NFL and claiming he tampered with evidence. The text goes on to say, "Be ready for a lawsuit against you coming your way. We're going to bury you." The social media post at issue, and sorry, I have to make it small to read it, is a statement on the platform X, whereby the plaintiff attaches the links to the personal defendant's disability website, says, "Do not trust this man." The tweet continues, "He turned state's evidence and jumped ship back to the NFL side." Chidi Ahanotu, in my opinion, is suffering. He is suffering from, I don't know this to be true. This is my opinion, because he's threatened to sue me 100 times already too for things that didn't even make sense. But I believe Chidi has probably suffered some CTE injuries because he doesn't seem like a very rational thinker. And I almost feel bad for him. Like he's wanting to sue me because one day I asked on the air, I said, "Did Chidi Ahanotu get in trouble for peeing in the lobby of his hotel or his apartment building or whatever?" And nobody remembered it. And they were like, "No, I think you're confusing it with somebody else." And I was like, "I thought I remembered, but I was wrong." And now he wanted to sue me for that. And I'm like, "You can't. That's not how it works. I asked a question. I was wrong and said I was wrong. That's not how it works." But Chidi still threatens to sue me all the time. He threatens to sue SAP all the time. He threatens to sue the radio station. But there's got no basis for a lawsuit. So now he's suing, or they're going after him. I would we be able to call Chidi, you think? I want to make amends with Chidi because I think he's sick. I think he's got some sort of mental issue. And I wonder if he's getting any help. Because he said he's accusing people of like being a spy for the NFL and doing all that's a crazy man's thoughts.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he just needs help, and this is just Chidi's big cry for help.
I don't know. I'm fearful of that. I don't want any repercussions of what'd you say about me? That kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to talk to Chidi as a man. I don't want to get him on the air and then just attack him and go over. But I believe from his irrational behavior that he may have some issues, whether it be from playing or some other underlying issue that I'm unaware of. But I don't believe he's mentally all there.
He does still live here, right?
I think so.
I thought for a while he wasn't here.
When you first started reading that, I thought it was going to be John Gruden stuff. Because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
supposed to be going
soon.
down here soon. Yeah.
That's never going to make it. They're going to settle with John Gruden, even though he said he doesn't want to settle.
He said there is not a number they could give him.
He's already got so much money.
Yeah.
Because it's at this point it's his name that he's trying to clear.
Right.
But also, what if they give him his job back?
Well, I think that's what he wants. I think he wants to be back coaching and doing the stuff, whatever.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, right.
But what if he has to settle to do that? What if that is their agreement?
Well, I mean, that may be, what I'm saying when he says there's not a number, I don't think there's a number that they can pay him just to go away. But if there's money and he gets, reinstated or something, whatever, yes, that's a possibility. And by the way, I have no idea. I'm not speaking for John Gruden by any means, but I'm just, from what I'm reading and what I see and what he has said, yeah, maybe that's a possibility. We'll see. But
can I also point out something? I don't know how many times people have been in lawsuits or if they know how they work and all that. The general belief is that if somebody settles a lawsuit, it's because they're afraid and they don't want to go to trial because of it. Most of the time, the settlement on a lawsuit, say somebody's asking for $1 million, your lawyers are charging you so much money, and lawyers know how to slow roll something out so that you file a motion, you delay, you file a motion, you delay. Well, all that time you're paying your lawyer. So now, even though we haven't gone to trial, we haven't gone to depositions, we've already paid that lawyer $250,000. So now at the rate that we're going and the time that it took to get where we are, we're looking at $1.7 million just to pay our lawyer. So if we have to pay this guy $1 million and it goes away and we don't have to deal with it and we don't have to pay the lawyers any more money, you call up the guy who wants the $1 million and you say, we'll give you $800,000. And they go, all right, we'll take $800,000. Just sign it. Now we don't have to pay the lawyer. We didn't have to pay the $1 million. We paid the $800,000 and $100,000 to the lawyer. We actually got out $100,000 less than what this guy was asking for. That's a win-win for everybody.
you also have situations where they go, how much you want? And they go, I want $100,000. He goes, all right, we're going to ask for $2 million.
Yeah.
And, because lawyers know, okay, well, ask for $2 million. If they settle for, $1 million, you're way higher than what you had, and they get their taste. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of times it's a cost-effective way to get out of a lawsuit, not just because you don't want to lose to the person suing you, but you don't want to pay all these legal fees that you have. It gets ridiculous. But the sad part is that a person just always assumes that if they settled, it's because they didn't want to talk about something or they had something to hide. And the truth is, it's just easier to get out. And also, a settlement means both sides settle.
Mm-hmm.
So if one side is so positive that they're going to win the case, a la John Gruden, then you say, there's no way we're settling. We're going through. But if that side says, hey, there's a good chance we could win or we wouldn't win, just take the money. It'll be safe to just do it. Okay, settle and take it. And sometimes they make you settle and you're not allowed to talk about anything anymore. And that is what creates a lot of questions about something. But unfortunately, that's just life. You can't do anything.
There's also not even necessarily lawsuits like that, but like criminal charges for murder or something like that, where they say, listen, we'll cut you a deal right now. You're going to have to do 4 to 8 years and figure it out, blah, blah, blah. But if we go to trial, you're taking your chances. And then they go, I'll take my chances. Yeah, 20 years. And then you're like, ooh, I should have taken that 4 to 8.
Yeah. I have been in several cases for car accidents and things along those lines where I have to go to get treatment from the chiropractor. I have to go to have my neck and the neurologist look at me, and all it is building up bills so that you can make a case for your insurance to say, we're suing for this much money. And look how much it cost me in medical costs. It cost me $25,000 in medical fees, plus my pain and suffering and my attorneys and blah, blah, blah. We need $150,000. And then almost every case in that field ends with them making, all right, we'll give you $80,000. And you're like, okay, $80,000, and it settles. I've never had an injury case, an accident case that went to trial. I've only had 3 or 4 of them in my life, but I've been in car accidents before. I've been hit before. It's just a process in which you go. I mean, Dom dealing with it on a daily basis. Listeners of our show getting fender benders, they end up 2 days later, their neck is sore. They call Dom, and now they're in a lawsuit. And it goes on for a year or so. But after you've accumulated enough bills to where you make a presentation when you bring it to the insurance and say, hey, we've got $100,000 in MRIs and all that stuff, so we're going to need $250, and they go, we'll give you $180, and you go, all right, that's pretty good. That's just how those things work. So don't always assume that somebody who settles is guilty. It's just a lot of times, money-wise, it's easy for them to get out of it. So I don't know what's going to happen with this case. Carmen, I have Chidi's phone number. Okay. Would you want to call him?
No, but I will.
Are you scared?
No, I'm not. I just,
just say you're Monica.
No, my big thing is, especially if he is going through a mental health issue.
Well, I want to try and squash things with him. I'm not trying to fight with him.
Right.
And maybe he wants to talk about this lawsuit.
Right. I gotcha. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna text you the number that I have, and I don't know that necessarily this is still a good number for him. Okay. Hold on.
Oh, there's old Dolly on TV there.
Rock and roll, rock and roll.
Hey, everybody, let's rock and roll.
All right. Did you get it, Carmen?
I did. I got it.
All right.
Did he and Sapp ever squash their
No,
thing?
no. He's still suing Sapp. He said,
yeah.
me, Sapp, everybody. I think this guy's just a little sue happy. But I think when you sue the NFL worth billions of dollars, Chidi sues him for $100 million, and they're like, I'll give him 1.5 and just let him go away. That's what happens. And then Chidi made $1.5 million to do nothing. It's what people do. Are you dialing?
I did. It went straight to voicemail.
Is it him on the voicemail?
No.
Who is it?
The number. Like the pre-recorded.
That stinks. Come on, Chidi. I have another number for him, but I think that's the old one. Do you remember what number he wore?
No.
Was he 77?
No.
No, that was Culpepper.
72.
Chidi was 72?
Yeah, I think so.
Got a lot of sevens in his phone number. Try it one more time, Carmen. Try the...
I did. It's straight to voicemail
all right.
again.
Don't be so snotty.
I just,
Angry.
I mean, just next thing you know, you're going to sue.
Listen, I know how to do my job. I tried calling.
All right.
And it went straight to voicemail. Sorry.
Dear Chidi, I feel like you have brain problems. You've probably been knocked around too much by... I don't know, when Chidi played, probably been knocked around too much by everybody. He only played, 1 or 2 years in the Red?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And probably got his ass knocked around from other players. I'm not talking about Buccaneers players. I'm talking about from being on the team.
He was here 93 to 2000, so the New Jerseys were in 96, 97.
It's a good 7-year run
in
the NFL. Did he go somewhere else?
Yeah, he bounced around a couple teams. I think he was on the Bills for a minute.
I do remember my mother really loved the name Chidi. Chidi Ahanotu. You put it together, it's even better. He sounds like he'd be a Hawaiian god, like he'd look like The Rock. He doesn't. Carmen.
Yeah.
Try one more time. In case he was listening, and he was like, all right, I'll talk to them.
Gotcha.
Chidi Ahanotu. I'll tell you something funny I was thinking about my mother this morning. What do you got?
No.
It was taking a little longer. I thought maybe it rang.
No.
So my mother had a boyfriend when she passed away that she lived with, and he was 22, but he was good looking. No, I'm just kidding. He was her age. He was an older gentleman that she had met. I don't know, played golf or a neighbor or whatever. They were friends, and I was driving with my mother one time, and I told her that I was taking the testosterone cream, and she was like, what are you taking it for? I go, I went to get blood work done, and they said, is your testosterone on, are you feeling the effects of having low testosterone? And I was like, no. And I'm like boners? No. And I have talked about my bloody hemorrhoid on the show. My penis bled twice on the show. Like, there's nothing I wouldn't tell you folks. If I couldn't get up, I'd be like, oh, guess who lost power in the old tool? I would just be honest with everything. But I've never had a problem there. And there were 2 times in my life I couldn't get up. Once I was really, really drunk, and the other time my wife was just wearing me out because we were trying to have a kid, and I was like, you're too forceful with it.
Well, the other time Pete didn't wear the proper outfit.
No, Pete got it. Pete was like that. No, anyway, seriously. So I told her I'm taking the testosterone cream, and I'm not really feeling the effects of it yet, but supposedly everything is, it evens everything out. It doesn't, just trying to get me to zero, not getting me, way high or whatever. And she's like, I told Robert he should use that stuff. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, because, I don't know, can I talk to you about this? And I'm like, are you about to tell me about erectile dysfunction of your boyfriend and sex stuff at 70 years old? I don't want to hear about this. But I didn't say that. I go, oh, no, you want to tell me about it? And she goes, yeah. I go, okay, but just be prepared to hear about it on the air tomorrow. That's the only way I'll accept it. And she was like, oh, no. I go, well, then don't say anything to me you don't want to hear on the air. That was the greatest way I ever diffused my mother telling me the embarrassing things I didn't want to hear. Just, if that's fine, you want to talk to me about your boyfriend's boner problems, then be prepared for the whole world to hear it.
You go
much like they are today.
You go ahead and tell me, and I'm just going to open this car door and roll out.
It was really weird, I guess, because my mother was single for most of my life. That stuff never bothered me.
Yeah.
Like, like my dad was single, and my dad always had hot young girlfriends, and I'm like, yeah, good for you. Go get it. So I was the same way with my mom. If you had a boyfriend or you had someone, I didn't have any problems with that.
I've heard from a very reliable source that Chidi does not live in Florida, and he lives on the West Coast.
The number that I have is a 510 area code, so I don't know where that is.
I think he lives in California.
That's a California number.
So you think maybe sleepy time?
It's only like 4:30 in the morning there, so.
Carmen, you know who else I want you to call?
Who?
It's 8:30 in the morning though, but I think he might be up. Can you try and call Burt?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have Burt's newest number?
I think so. From the last time I called?
Yeah, probably. All right, try that.
Okay.
Because today's his birthday. So if he answers, tell him just call and let it ring. Okay. Dialing around. We got steaks a cooking. What's the ETA on that?
Done, ready for waiting for your word.
All right, we'll take
Just
a break and we'll bring him in
warm,
next. Yeah. I like that. Ian will save some for Ian too. Because he'll be here at 9:00.
Oh, there's a lot.
Is it really?
Did you scratch your head a lot over top of the steak?
I did.
They're putting head seasoning on it.
Head crystals.
Seems like a lot going on.
Is it ringing, Carmen?
It's not. I'm not having a good day.
Put it on so I can leave a message.
I can't. It won't
jerk.
I'm not the one who made this phone system.
If it answers, leave a message. Say, Burt, it's Carmen. Still ringing?
Yeah.
Swim with the pigs.
Okay, so leave a message.
All right. Tell him.
Do I have to?
Yeah, say hi, Burt.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Okay, go.
Hi, Burt.
Hi, Burt.
It's Carmen from the Mike Calta Show.
It's Carmen from the Mike Calta Show.
Mike wanted to call, and the guys wanted to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
The guys wanted to say happy birthday.
Sing him a happy birthday. Sing him a happy birthday.
Do it sexy.
Happy birthday.
Sexier.
To you.
Faster.
Happy birthday.
Slow it down.
To
Deeper voice.
Sing it like a special needs child.
Dear birdie boy, happy birthday to you.
Yay, happy birthday, Burt.
From the Mike Calta Show, we all love you. Happy birthday.
Bye.
Oh, you can't hear us.
Yeah, he just heard me, and it's gonna sound really weird.
And you're like pausing when Galvin speaks.
He's like, Carmen called me. She was freaking out.
He's going to call me. He's like, does Carmen still work for you? Yeah, why? I don't know. She left me a weird message this morning. All right, Carmen, we've got food. You don't. So we're going to take a break.
Awesome.
And then we will bring that food in the studio for you to stare at on the cameras if, in fact, Joe has got a shot of it.
I'm turning Bone TV off right now. No one can see it.
I want you to see my meat.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I guess.
Barbecue Love Fest folks are coming in next. I'm going to tell you about that festival. I'm going to tell you where you can go and get meat like that. Also this weekend, Sunday, our guy Don Miggs and his band Whole Damn Mess are playing at the Floridian Social Club, where we are having our Christmas shows. So if you want to go get a preview and get out on Sunday and see some music from Don and his band, good musicians, they're a fun time to watch. That'll be happening out there at the former State Theater, the Floridian Social Club, on Sunday. And then our tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. this morning at theboneonline.com. We've got a naughty show and a nice show. Get your tickets immediately when the show ends this morning. We'll take a quick break. The Grill and Provisions guys will be in here. Ian will be in here at the top of the hour. It's 102.5 The Bone.
It's the Mike.
$8:49 of the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. This is a special treat day for us. Our friend Ian Beckles is here. You're not the treat, though.
I know.
I mean, to some people you are, but not today. But I will tell you, though, Ian has really, in the years that I've become friends with Ian and hung out with him and stuff, I know that this guy loves barbecue and grilling. And how about that? How does that look?
It's about as sexy as I've seen a bone-in steak ever, be honest with you.
I'd do the pretzel of that steak is what I would do. That's a position we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
The pretzel.
Yeah. I mean, we have, I took a picture. I'm going to put it up on our Instagram. It's tomahawk steak. It's portobello mushrooms. It's prosciutto wrapped asparagus. And it is all made with true love from our friends at the Brisket Shop and Grill and Provisions, who are in the studio with us. Now, Danny, get on that microphone real closer when you talk. So now I'm going to tell you right now, and Ian will back me up on this. I have done a lot of events where I've been to tents where they have food and all that stuff. There's a half-ass way of doing things at these events where everybody has a hamburger and a hot dog and goes, tailgate, let's have a couple Bud Lights, and it's just as happy. Every week I keep waiting for you guys at the tailgate to just go, let's just do hot dogs this week. It is like, I mean, you guys cook as if like a president was coming to the party. Like, honestly, it is a full spread of like if you were catering for a big business that was having a holiday party or something.
Did you already put that picture on Instagram?
No, I just took it.
Because I was going to say, just look at the picture. Like the presentation alone, you're like, okay, they know what they're doing.
I'm not always an ass-kissing guy. Like I could easily talk about something and then shuffle it through and move on. This takes some time for ass-kissing. The tailgate, I don't care if you like the Buccaneers, if you like me, if you like Bud Light. I'm pretty sure Kid Rock would have come there and drank 2 Bud Lights just to eat the food. The tailgate food that we have had these last couple of years has been phenomenal. And I don't know if enough people know where you guys are and what you do and how they could be a part of it, how they can go grab lunch. There's a whole lot of stuff going on Armenia Avenue. You got Grill and Provisions, you got the brisket shop, you got the barbecue place, you got it all right there. And people can go in there and they could eat, they could buy the equipment that they need, and then they could start cooking at home. It is, for me, as a guy who got into this stuff, same way kind of with guns. I go into Shark Coast Tactical, I meet a couple of people. Next thing you know, I got 90 guns. This is how it works. I'm so happy that you guys have done this because I get compliments all the time from our fans that come to the tailgate just mostly on the food alone. So thank you for that, first of all.
Are you kidding? We appreciate you, man. That's we just had the same conversation with Mike and Corey there at the shop last Saturday. We were talking about how we almost missed some of the tailgates.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a lot of work.
But there's honestly, what do you bring, 20 people out there?
We bring a crew, bro.
Yeah.
And your fans want to volunteer and they want to be there and they want to be part of it. So all of that just really helps out the camaraderie that we've created at the tailgates with y'all. It's just as, you still got to be there, bro. So if you're going to make burgers and hot dogs, you might as well elevate it and do something that you enjoy doing it because it's a day off. We're out of the kitchen. We're out of our 4 walls. We're having a great time. We're celebrating the Bucks. So why not let's elevate it. Let's theme it. So we've really thoroughly enjoyed the tailgates and being part of that. It's been great.
Well, we appreciate it. And
thank you.
We're doing them this year for the big games, and hopefully there'll be playoffs this year, and we can get back out there at the end of the year.
Let's do it.
Now, the reason these guys are here is not just to feed our fat asses, but because we got an event that we've been probably hearing about on the radio station for months now, and that's the Barbecue Love Fest, which is happening on the 18th at Perry Harvey Park in downtown Tampa. And it is a charity thing, right? You guys are raising money.
100%.
Yeah.
100% net proceeds all staying right here in Tampa Bay. We've got 3 amazing beneficiaries. Tell you all about it. We've got FARA, Friedrichs Taxi Research Alliance, Special Ops Memorial Fund, which is a wall to celebrate our honor and fallen special op guys.
Right.
And also Operation Barbecue Relief. Those are the guys that activate and feed 40,000 people,
Hawaii
great. Fires, and all our hurricanes. So again, net, 501c3. Every dollar stays here in Tampa Bay to support these guys.
And the best is a lot of times people do charity things to raise money, and they run. I don't want to run. I don't want to do a 5K, a 3K, at the marathon, and I also don't want to play golf. I don't like either one of those things, but I love barbecue. And if you want to be out in this beautiful weather that we're having, and you want to go down there and try barbecue, it's not just you guys. You got some barbecue masters coming in. I saw the guy from Dark Side of the Grill is going to be there.
Mel Spindler.
Mel is going to be there.
Coming all the way from Canada.
I don't know this person, but I'd love to meet Butter Knife Shawty. Who is Butter Knife Shawty's coming in from Georgia?
Player. Yes, sir. He's quite the persona, but he could throw down on a grill as well. He's coming out of Atlanta, Georgia.
I love it. Anthony DiBernardo from Swig and Swine. Arnis Robbins from Evie Mae's Pit Barbecue in Texas. Adrian Wright from Dem Two Brothers from Charleston. All these guys, the celebrities that are coming down and barbecuing. There's going to be local people there, and it'll be a chance for you to come out and enjoy a day in the park. There'll be music. There's bands out there, and it'll be a great time, and it's for a great charity, but you don't even really have to realize that you're doing anything for charity. You're just coming down there and eating barbecue.
What's really, really cool is we like talking about it as a big barbecue event with a little bit of music, and no disrespect to all the guys on the stage because they're absolutely phenomenal as well. But the reality is you as a GA ticket holder or a VIP ticket holder, you've got the token. You're the one that's voting, so you are picking out of
who's
the competition
the best?
Where 20 pitmasters are competing that are local guys competing for backyard bragging rights plus $10,000 in cash and prizes. You are going to vote for the best. So the reality is you're going to walk into this event in downtown Tampa. You're going to be able to sample from 20 cook teams plus 5 pitmaster showcase plus another 7 or 8 industry, whether it's Fogo Charcoal and whether it's our buddies at W Sauce. All these guys are going to be cooking. There's going to be plenty of smoke in the air, and you're going to get to sample food from everyone.
Yeah.
You should be full as a tick on top of ranch riders and great beer partners. Shinerbach, Highlight. So come on out.
Yeah, I got to tell you, that has all the makings of a great event. You get a great Saturday barbecue outside. Now, the tickets are available at barbecuelovefest.com. That's bbqlovefest.com. There is a VIP ticket as well that includes all your drinks. You can find all the information at the website. I want people to go there, and I want you to have a great time. I would love to see this thing grow as the years go on. Some of the most famous people on influencers on the internet are barbecue people. And every time I go to cook something, I try to watch 1 or 2 videos of somebody beforehand just to try and learn one more thing, you know. You gave me, I was in the shop one time, and you gave me the best idea, which I say it's an idea. I'm sure everybody's been doing it forever, but for me, I didn't even think about it. You're like, just put the cast iron skillet on the barbecue. And I'm like, I don't know why I didn't think about it before. And I did that, and my steak game jumped tremendously. And even my wife was like, who's not that big of a steak person, was like, these are great. And I go, yeah, that's so stupid that I didn't even think about that before. That's the way to go. Except learn how to clean the cast iron skillet before you throw it in the sink with some Dawn and let it soak. No. Next thing you know, I got a rust-colored skillet.
Do you put it on the grate?
So
you can put it on the charcoal.
Oh, really?
It gets hotter.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I just told you.
Thank you. Now I've learned something else.
There you go.
And by the way, let me kiss his ass a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I was in Pig Jig a couple times. I actually won one year with 52 contestants, I believe. So I've been in barbecue a long time. He's the only cat I follow.
Yeah.
Everywhere you ask him, I follow him everywhere he's gone. So this is legitimate barbecue.
Yeah, this is good stuff, and anybody that's ever been to tailgate knows that. So, and if Ian's co-signing it, you know it's got to be good because Ian will spend all night cooking in his backyard. Night. Yeah, I mean it's something therapeutic about it. It's something that I especially when the weather's a little nicer. I like to sit outside. I like to just chill out, and I like to check it every once in a while. I know you're not supposed to, but I like to just go out and feel like I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of people out there. I get a lot of emails from people sometimes asking me for advice. Hey, it's my first time doing this, my first time doing that. I don't know what to tell them, but I always tell them just YouTube it, watch a bunch of videos, see how a bunch of different guys do things. Gordon Ramsay had a video that was hot one time. It was just him cooking a steak in the skillet on the stove. And you would think something so simple like that, everybody already knew how to do it. But, man, millions and millions of views, and everybody trying to make it like Gordon Ramsay with the sage and the thyme and all this stuff that he's putting on his steaks. So, anyway. Barbecue Love Fest is happening on the 18th. It'll be a great way for you to be out there at Perry Harvey Park downtown, and everybody's invited to come out there and enjoy the day. And we do have a ticket discount coming up today, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I'll give you all that information here in a second. But I do have to tell you what Danny did to me this weekend, and I don't know if you know about this, Ian. He stole my big green egg. He came to my house, and he had to drop something off, and he's like, listen, I think you should try. This is a guy who does the barbecue that I like. He said, I think you should try this grill. It's called a Primo grill. Mm-hmm. It's similar to the egg, but it's better because it's an oval shape and it does all these things and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm going to swap it out and I'm going to take your big green egg. And I go, what are you going to do? Throw it in the lake behind my house? And he goes, no. They take it and then you donate it to fire departments?
We've got our partnership with Primo. It's been really heartfelt and really touching just because these guys, not only is Primo the only all U.S. made ceramic grill in the country.
Right.
Okay? They're manufactured in Poplar Bluffs. I was just up there in Poplar Bluffs speaking to the owner of Empire, which just recently, a few years ago, purchased all of Primo. And we started talking about these Primo ceramic grills that they were using. We were up there for a demo on brisket, and I go, hey, man, Nick, you've got a couple of these left. I've got my big Love Fest. What are you doing with all of these? He goes, what do you want to do? I go, I think they should all fly to Tampa. Somehow you get them here. We're going to go ahead and put them in the hands of end users that want to either donate them, use them, whatever they, at a great discount price, and every net dollar goes back to the charity, goes
That's
back
great.
to a great cause. Nick Bauer looks at me, he goes, bro, we'll make this happen. 20 extra large Primo Primo ceramic grills, just like the one you got in your back porch right now, are going to land in Tampa November 17th. What's great about that is that retail price, can't even tell you what we're selling them for because it's so far below retail. It's crazy. But at the end of the day, it's a $50,000 contribution, which $25,000 of that we're going to monetize. And every bit of it's going to go to one of our 3 charities. It's going to get split up.
That's awesome.
The reality is that's a company that stands behind their product that's made in the U.S. and that they get it, that they're doing better. But the real heartfelt story is that 10 of those primos are going to end up in Pinellas County firehouses because of our friends over at Bayside, Harborside,
right
over in Pinellas. Their ministry at the church, Eric, is doing a ministry where he's actually donating these 2 firehouses. His goal is to put a Primo grill in every single firehouse.
That's awesome.
In Pinellas County.
That's awesome.
One of them's going to end up with a green egg because your green egg's going to get rehabbed.
Right.
And we're going to put that in a firehouse as well.
There you go.
So the gift of barbecue keeps on giving. It's literally all about the love of barbecue.
Well, look, I think that's great, and Danny is slowly turning my outdoor kitchen from China to America, and I'm very happy about it.
That's
I don't know, when you have the thing built, the guy who does it, and he puts all his things in. I don't know nothing, but now I got the new Primo grill in there. I've got. He's like, I've been looking at your grill. I'm thinking we need to switch that one out too. I'm gonna take your word for it. The other thing is, I want you to look at my pizza oven. I used that pizza oven twice, and my neighbors thought there was a fire at my house. I'm the worst at that, man. I think I got a garbage pizza oven. That's why.
We're here to help.
Yeah.
We're going to hook it up.
You think it's the oven?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
the guy didn't know he could put it on the coals until Ian just told him, I can do that?
The best is I watched the video, and they told you have to get the temperature up to like whatever degrees. So I just thought that means I have to put a bunch of logs in there. And man, I must have had that thing up to 3,000 degrees. It was melting the outside of the oven. I'm just a moron.
You had a chimney going.
Yeah, but that's how you learn. You learn from doing it. You learn from your mistakes. It's a lot of fun, and I appreciate it. Now, let me tell you what's going on with Barbecue Love Fest. If you're thinking about going, if you're hearing about it for the first time with us, or you've heard about it for months on the promos, the general admission tickets are $65. Children under 12 are free. And starting at 9 o'clock, which is right now, it's 9:02, you can go to theboneonline.com, and we got BOGO tickets. You buy one, get one free, and that's only going to go on, I think, until noon today. So if you get on the Bone website, you use the offer code 1025, and from 9 to 12 today, just today only, you will be able to buy one, get one free on the tickets.
And they made it super easy on the website. It literally says BOGO here.
Okay,
so you
good.
just click the big, giant red button there.
Good. So go to the website right now, theboneonline.com, click on the giant BOGO button, and you can get buy one, get one free tickets for Barbecue Love Fest. Get them now because it's only going on there till noon, and these things are going to start selling really quick. And then before you know it, we're going to be full over there. So get on it. Danny, I can't thank you enough, man. I'm going to post the picture of this, and then I'm going to post the after picture, the scraps that are left over from the vultures in this room.
Just want to see the bones.
Yeah. Thank you guys for getting up early and coming on here. I hope this is a huge success for you.
We appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you guys
And
out
thank
there.
you to our friends at Primo Grills for doing such a great job as well.
Yes, sir.
We will take a break. Ian is here with us. We're going to talk to Ian. We'll talk a little football, and we'll find out why the hell he's going to be in Newport Richey tomorrow. It's a Mike Calta show. This is 102.5 The Bone. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Stand by. I want to look at some of the... Interesting. Ian Beckles is here in the studio with us. Ian will be doing his Bone Football Show tomorrow at Danny's in Newport Richey. What time?
Holiday.
Holiday?
I see
Look,
Holiday.
Holiday, Newport Richey, Tarpon Springs, they're all kind of the same.
I believe it's right there, like the Moog Road area, past when you're heading down Grand Boulevard.
It's further that way. Okay.
Yeah, not too far, though.
I've been here since 1990, and if you said, Ian, go to Newport Richey right now,
Not a lot of reasons.
I wouldn't know which way to go.
Yeah.
I'm as far as directions go,
Yeah.
I'm slow.
Danny's is a spot that's been there for like 25 years.
Really?
Yeah, you're right. It is Holiday. And Gio, you're correct.
Yeah.
It's Grand Boulevard. It's 3105 Grand Boulevard and Holiday.
So I moved here in 1989 straight to Newport Richey. That was a culture shock.
A little bit.
Not that Staten Island was the greatest place in the world, but I moved to a place that had a mall, and a Chili's, and nothing else. I mean, it was rough. It was the Gulfview Square Mall, which you can hear yourself talking that mall. Like there was never anybody in there. You could hear your footsteps when you walk. And there was a lot of old people in there just walking the mile. You know, they just wanted to walk around inside. I do remember there was an Orange Julius there.
Nice.
And it may still be there for all I know. An Orange Julius, a Montgomery Ward.
Pretzel Kingdom.
Pretzel Kingdom, is that what it was called? Like the Annie Ann's pretzels? Pretzel
Shalimar.
Kingdom? Shalimar.
The jewelry place?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The piercing
Camelot.
pagoda.
The oak tree.
No, Piercing Pagoda.
They have a chess king.
They did not, I don't know. That when I moved here,
They
I think
have to have
Chess
a
King was.
hot
They had a hot top. I don't know if they had a hot topic.
No?
I think it came a little bit later.
Yeah. The best music store was in the Montgomery Ward. They didn't even the Camelot music paled in comparison to the Montgomery Ward one. It was just an interesting time in my life, and I've seen Newport Richey grow leaps and bounds over the years, especially on Main Street and that whole area. It's weird because you have a community with water over there. You would think that they would have more things built around the water, and they don't. There was that Hooters, the greatest Hooters ever on the water.
I've been in that Hooters. And listen, Newport Richey has grown exponentially in the last while. Not quite like Tampa or St. Pete, but this area here, like I remember living in the Bruce B. Downs area in the early 1990s. Once you passed 75, there was nothing.
Nothing.
And people don't realize that. Now it keeps going forever. I don't know if it ever stops.
I had my 1985 Grand Am, and I could make it from Newport Richey to USF in 4 songs because I could fly down 54 because there was nothing there.
Nothing.
There was the airport that used to be over there, the small airport. Then there was those phosphate factories that were over there. I made that up. I don't know if it was phosphate, whatever it was. It was some sort of factory, and that was it. I one time saw a Mexican man on his back taking a nap with his hat over his face while his horse was tied up to a fence, straight out of a movie. I saw that with my own eyes. There was cattle and nothing, and you could fly down 54 to Bruce B. Downs and then take that to USF. And I used to try and see how many Van Halen songs it would take me to get there. And then I would stay mostly at my girlfriend's up at USF.
Remember the veterans used to end right there at Van Dyke. Like it didn't even stretch down to 54.
No. There was no veterans at the time. There was nothing.
No Leroy Selmans either.
No Selman, no nothing.
When I started driving from like Newport Richey to Tampa, the veterans ended at Van Dyke, and that's how you had to get to Tampa.
Yeah. Just a bunch of old guys sitting around talking about what used to have to be here.
Back in my day.
Listen, you started this morning. Galvin came in and he was like, I've been here for 17 years. Can you believe we were almost 20 years doing this? And I go, yeah. I go, it's crazy to think I've got 2 kids in that time, and one of them is going to college next year. Like, I can't believe
just
how
had
fast.
Joey whenever I got down here.
So have you lived here longer than anywhere else in your life? Pretty close.
Yeah, because Illinois, and then I moved when I was 19. So I was there for 19 years.
Yeah, so you're right there though.
I'm very close. Yeah, and I was only in Louisville for 8 months.
Right.
And then
But
came here. Yeah,
I've lived here way longer than I lived in New York, and I love when people still be like, why don't you go back up north? I don't know, because I'm Floridian now. This is it. My kids are Floridian. It's weird to think about.
Does anybody know you where you're from? Does anybody know you where you're from?
Like famous wise?
Yes.
Not really.
You know how many people know me where I'm from?
No.
Zero.
I know. I asked when I went to Montreal. I went to a couple of places.
I went to my high school. Okay, I went back to my high school while I was in the league. And I saw some of my teachers like, what are you doing these days? And I'm like, really? I graduated from Indiana University. They go, what?
Yeah.
And I go, I'm playing in the NFL. They go, football? Because I didn't play high school football. I played city league football.
Right.
So nobody really cared. But nobody would have thought I could have graduated from college.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't have put my own money on that personally.
I would say nowadays they embrace that. If you're like an NFL player, like a high school, they let everybody know.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knew.
Maybe if you weren't Canadian.
Shouldn't it be more so?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know how revered American football was.
Big time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
if you play in the CFL, nobody's going to care because you're not making more money than
Right,
than
but at least
anybody.
they were familiar with it, you know?
Yeah, but NFL is really big in
It
Canada.
is.
It's really big.
I didn't know that until we went to Germany, and everywhere Gio and I went, they're like, you got tickets, you got tickets, you go to the game. We're like, wow, I didn't even know you guys liked it. And they're like, we love it.
You know how big the gambling is in Montreal? You can gamble. You can go to a 7-Eleven, and you get a ticket just like a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
And just
Tick that.
Just I don't know why we can't do that.
Well, we can now, because the Hard Rock, December 8th,
Oh,
we're
my
back in action. Hey, I just realized what made you sexy.
Oh, what?
the way you still have a little of that action left when you're like, when we gamble. I mean,
I don't know how to take that.
You know, if you came in and you're like, yo, we're gonna gamble tonight, it's not as cool as if you're like, we gamble.
Yeah. Well, you know what happened to me when I got here to Florida, and I'm in the locker room. The brothers were looking at me. They're like, why are you talking like that?
Yeah, you're kind of one of us,
like,
but not really.
They're like, why? Stop that.
Yeah.
I'm like what? Like pronouncing things and enunciating?
Right. We don't hate you like we would a Harvard-educated black fellow, but we do hate you because you have some other.
Yeah, did you hit him with a sorry or a sorry?
I had to change all of it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't do a boot anymore, and I used to.
I mean, I used to hear myself saying words that sounded so dumb, like coffee and stuff like that, and I tried so hard, knowing that I wanted to be in radio, to get rid of that. Yeah. And I think I did a decent job until I get excited about something and it slips back in.
My cousins from Pittsburgh used to make fun of us, and I go, we're from the Midwest. We speak correctly. I go, listen to any newscast. They're not saying yuns and all that type of stuff.
Indiana has the best diction when they talk. It's not.
So?
Yeah, there's no.
It's
a
the
very
Midwest.
clear. It's a David Letterman.
Yeah.
Very clear, very perfectly pronounced words.
Everyone can understand it.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. I think you're right. They don't have an accent.
No.
Not a
It's
slang.
just clear.
Illinois really doesn't either. If you get into Chicago, Chicago has the Chicago accent, whatever. But Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, that kind of area that around there is the Midwest, and that's what most broadcasters sound like.
I'm not talking about Gary in there. I'm talking about other
Well, most of the crazies are on the outskirts of the country.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fact. That's
From
fact.
New York to California.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you keep going. Texas got some crazies.
Oh,
New
Texas,
Orleans got
sure.
crazies.
Florida.
Florida got mad crazies.
When I went to St. Leo, I went up to these two girls, Sheila and Lori, that were sitting at the table, and I had a tray of food in my hand, and I said, "Can I sit with you?" And the girl goes, "What?" And I go, "Can I sit with you?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, I don't know." I go, "My bad. Can I sit with y'all?" And they were like, "Oh, sure."
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that was, but I know that was on me. Is that Brooke Shields or Caitlyn Jenner?
Brooke Shields.
Okay, kind of looks a little like Tranny.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much.
I mean, but you know what? She's fighting age, so she's doing a good job. She's still pretty.
Not age.
Age, yeah.
I swear to you on everything, I like somebody just to be aged. I just that plastic stuff looks bad.
Oh, it's terrible. So these TVs that face me are on news channels, and I look at them and I go, "What is going on with these wild animals?" I mean, they look like some sort of alien and panther had sex with a woman, and then their face stretched out, and it's frightening.
I don't know if you would tell me or not. You probably would. I don't know if they would, unless I asked them.
Okay.
My wife, I think, does just the right amount of whatever. She'll get lip filler every once in a while.
I think her business.
Oh, she doesn't care.
Oh, she does.
She's not, but she's not one of those people that are like, no, I don't do anything to my lips.
Your wife looks very natural.
My wife has thin lips, so when she fills up her lips, it looks very sexy. But she doesn't go flapjack on them. You know what I mean? Like some people look ridiculous. And I do love the fact that she's never denied doing it. I mean, the people who have these giant faces and they go, I've never done anything. You're like, come on, Kardashian, we know you did.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a little bit of Botox.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah, because it just takes a little bit of the wrinkle out.
But just leave a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't make it acrylic to where you can't smile.
Be able to lift your eyebrows.
It'd be nice.
They have ads for Botox on TV, and the guy is like, I'm Steven, and I'm 38 years old, and I decided to get Botox this and I go, I wonder what age he was when he told his dad he was gay.
Yeah, I never understood it for guys. I have no problem aging, not so gracefully. This is it. There's nothing. I can't make my penis grow, and I can't stop myself from aging. This is what I have.
You're
and I
not
hope you
going
like
to get
it.
Botox shots, and we're going to go, hey man, what's Mike doing?
Right.
It really looks good.
Right. Out of nowhere, it just looks great.
The sooner that dudes know that we're not good looking, it's more about the way we present ourselves.
Yeah.
The better. Because I'm looking around the room, none of us are good looking. I'm just saying, I don't have to look.
I think you're good looking.
No,
unfortunately,
you know why? Because I've been poor. And I wasn't good looking when I was poor.
Oh,
I looked
that's
the
true.
same. And then I got
But
money, and I got
you
good looking
present yourself
immediately.
good, yeah.
Okay, look, I got a real expensive watch on.
Right.
I got something from like expensive. I got expensive glasses on.
Yeah.
It's
You put together a good
I'm
package.
polishing a turd.
Galvin has great hair.
He does have good hair, though.
He does have good hair. Spanish
It's
is
not my type, though.
Spanish is a mess.
The tattoos on the knuckles too much for me.
Oh, that turns me on.
You like that?
Whoa.
The Spanish is just a mess. I don't know what he's got going on. At times, Spanish has been sexy, but not right now. Gio to me is in the worst spot because he's just average dude.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like he doesn't look
Sloppy
good, doesn't
dude.
look bad.
Gio can easily rob a bank and then be like, I don't know. Could have been that guy. Could have been that guy. All right, he's just a regular dude.
You know who can't rob
Slater
banks?
goes to jail.
We could not rob banks.
No.
Like the next,
no
everybody be like, look at Ian Beckles robbing a bank.
Well, I always say this. My favorite was Dana Plato, who was on Different Strokes.
Yeah, she was hot.
She robbed a video store. She was all messed up on drugs, and they called 911. They're like, "What did they look like?" And like, Dana Plato from. They go, look like her, and he goes, no, it was Dana Plato from Different Strokes. She just robbed us. Yeah, that's hard to. It's hard to do. I often think like, so my wife is when she first got into the therapy field, she did a lot of like volunteer work and worked for people with low income and all that. Mm-hmm. And she would come home and she would say to me, I had this thing today. She never said anybody's names or anything. She's like, I had this thing today where I had a girl who was being molested by her grandfather. She's 3 years old and she was getting raped by her grandfather. And I used to go, just leave the file on the table so that I can go kill the guy tomorrow. I won't take it. I'll just take the address and I'll go kill the guy. And clearly I'm not going to commit murder, but I really wanted to. And then I thought, I have that working against me that, hey, that I think that guy's on a billboard. The guy who just stabbed the old man. I can't get away with that stuff anymore. I can't do anything bad.
Yeah, I'm the same. When you hear stuff like that, if it doesn't make you want to strangle somebody, you're supposed to, it should make you want to strangle, because that is, I don't want to say unacceptable. Like, you shouldn't get that, okay? That is a sickness to the 50th power. Like, you're a grandfather?
A grandfather, but then anything to do with the child makes me crazy, which is really weird because to my knowledge, unless I'm repressing any memories, I had a pretty good childhood. I mean, we didn't have any money, but I don't have any sadness about my childhood.
I'm the same way.
My family treated me great. My mother, as wacky as she was a great mother, and I don't have any bad feelings. But when I hear about a kid getting, anything getting emotionally damaged or physically harmed, I want to kill everybody.
Well, I used to do some charity work. I'd like to do it again at the children's home, which is foster kids.
Oh, we did stuff with them in 90 Rock.
Yeah, so I did it when I was playing, and I went back and I was giving out awards, and the kids were coming up, and I'm watching the kids.
Yeah.
And they're broken.
Yeah.
Clearly. One girl walked up, and she has her hands in front of her face, and she would not take her hands, and I gave her the award, and she kind of grabbed it real quick and put her hands on her face and walked off. And I said to the lady, I said, I have to ask, what's going on? And what she told me, I just wept.
Yeah.
She was so abused that she wants to be ugly. And I was like, who did that?
Dude,
who did that?
Like, who has that much anger in their life and their heart that they could do that to somebody else?
As you're looking at that poor young girl changing her life, like, what is going on in your brain? I'd like to know, and I'd like to be strangling you dead at that point.
Look,
I'm sorry.
There's a certain amount of saying that where you're trying to be like a tough guy.
No, that's not a tough guy.
That's what I'm saying with me. When it comes, if I say Spanish, I'm gonna get up and kick your ass. That's me trying to be cool.
Sure.
But when I say that about that, I think we speak probably for a majority of men listening to the show and women. But I really would. If you said to me, that guy in the room over there, go kill him. Yeah. You'll never get in trouble. I'd have no problem with it.
I would beat him to a pulp at least.
I used to tell my wife, just leave the file on your desk, and I would just get the address. She would never do it.
She knows better.
She would never do it.
You want to be the equalizer so bad.
I bet your wife, and my wife probably as well back in the day, there's probably some things they don't tell you because they know facts.
Yeah.
Some things they know not to tell you because you're leaving. You're going to leave and do something.
I've been through that
I'm
before.
the same way.
When I'll be like, did you know? And she'll know. I go, why didn't you tell me? And she go, because look at you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I had somebody call us the N-word once at a golf course, and it was Tony Mayberry and Nigel Kerwin and Mark Royals, and nobody told me to the end. You know what happened? I turned the cart and I went after them.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any tolerance.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was Mark Royals who said it to you.
No. There's a revelation.
I'm kidding. Yeah, that's weird. And the other thing now is that, like Dr. D, they have that thing where they can't share anybody's information.
Correct.
So I'll call him up on a Tuesday and say, hey, my buddy Joe, his wife wants to come in and see you about getting new boobs. Okay, have him call me. Then on Friday, he'll be like, yeah, a patient came in and I can't really. I go, well, I don't know. I go, are you talking about Joe's wife? I called you and told you. And he's like, okay, as long as you know. But like he won't ever. I mean, we're alone and he won't ever do it. My wife does the same thing. My wife does this business, is Cognifit, where she helps people lose weight and do stuff through what's making them eat. And I know that she has a lot of listeners that are patients, and she will not tell me anything. I go, well, just give me an idea, and then I'll have a listener email me. your wife is wonderful. And I'll go, oh, Mary told me. She goes, I can't talk about it. I'm like,
well, that's taboo. This is the thing. When you go to NFL locker room, there's posters everywhere saying,
thanks, Danny.
Don't gamble.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So if you gamble, you just have to know you can't gamble. That's the one thing that can bring her down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't do it.
Well, it's weird for Dr. D, I think, doesn't want to be brought down, doesn't want to get in any trouble. Amanda actually has respect for people, which is weird because I don't have a lot of that, so it's hard to see it. How about that? We're going to eat like champions here. We've got that food, the Tomahawk, all carved up from Grill and Provisions. Oh, you know what?
Chimichurri.
My dog is going to love that bone. I didn't like that. Let's take a break. We'll eat a little food here, and then we come back. We'll talk about your appearance this Saturday and how you can listen to the Ian Beckles football show. Who is on the show this week? Anybody with you?
Just Heavy Lyrics this week.
Heavy Lyrics. You and Heavy Lyrics.
Me and Heavy.
Heavy knows a lot about football?
He does. He likes to dabble in the gambling and the fantasy, and he's a Buccaneer fan.
Listen, when the Hard Rock opens their sports book, we got to make a group. We got to pile in the Sprinter.
Let's go.
Have a couple of shots of whiskey and make our way out there and celebrate it.
Let's go.
I tell them all the time, I was like, look, I enjoy going there and dropping some money on blackjack and 3-card every once in a while, but when you guys hit that sports book, we're going to be there all the time.
What was more fun than when we were out in Vegas watching the Bucks and the Lightning at the sports book and drinking and eating and hanging out? Yeah.
Ian, there's this place in Old Vegas downtown, and I never want to go there to stay there, but Bobby had to stay there for a comedy club gig one time, and he's like, dude, it's a brand new hotel, and they've got a pool where you can watch all the football games while you're in the pool. They got this giant, 5-story screen, and you could be in the pool and watch all the games. But we went in their sports book, same thing. They had every game on, and this giant, the whole thing is 3 floors, and you sit in the stadium type seating. We had a ball.
It
out
is
there,
so
man.
bright.
It was good, though, right?
Yeah, it was fun, but no, seriously, with that many TVs, it was like 10 movie projectors in your eyes.
Oh,
yeah.
All
right, listen, I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back here, I'm going to we'll talk about football, and we'll talk about our picks and all that stuff. But I want to remind everybody at 10 o'clock this morning, you'll be able to go online at theboneonline.com and buy your tickets for our Calta Christmas extravaganza, December 16th at the Floridian Social Club. 2 shows, the Naughty Show, the Nice Show, the Early Show, the Late Show, all both headlined by Lynn Coplis and Matt Fernandez. We will have music. We will have guests. We will have, I don't want to ruin it. We got a lot of surprises. Got good things going on there, and it'll be our last event of the year. Those tickets go on sale today at 10 o'clock, and the Naughty Show will sell out by 10:30. I guarantee you. So get online and get your tickets right away. And if you end up in the Nice Show, don't make it like you're missing anything. It's just 2 different shows. You may want to go to both shows. I don't know what you do. Downtown St. Petersburg, great time to go down there and make dinner reservations. Go to Frankie's Steakhouse, Chop House, and then come on down and see the show, or do the vice versa. See the show and then go to Frankie's. Works out perfect. Ian, hopefully you'll be around. Maybe you can come on out there to that.
I would love to.
I have some plans for you as well.
Let's rock.
Black Santa, let's do this.
Let's go.
It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
It's the
9:42 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Listen to me. Not that. Superheat and Air texted me this morning, and they said they've done so much work for our listeners in the past month, and I said that's good because now is the time to really do it. The Superheat and Air folks are getting everybody's heating and air conditioning ready for the winter, and I know you laugh sometimes, and you're like, winter, haha. But remember how cold it was the other morning when you left to go to work. Know that we're going to get to a point where we have at least 2 months of that. And if you're thinking about putting your heat on, you want to make sure that you have your heating and air taken care of, because like me last year, with all the talking I do about it, I turned on my heat. Well, let me rephrase it. My wife turned on my heat one day, and I thought the house was burning down. And the next thing you know, I got a team of manly firemen in my garage looking at me like I'm a moron because there's no fire. And what happened was the dust and cobwebs and all that stuff that built up on my heating coils that aren't used, I turned it on, it got hot, and it made it smell like there was a fire in here, and I freaked out. Don't do that. Get your AC and your heat in the right order that it needs to be, especially if your electric bill has been going through the roof lately. That might just be because you need a tune-up on your unit. Maybe you just need a little charge. You need a little cleaning of the coils. Have them come out and do that for you. And if you do need a new unit and you've been putting it off because of the cost, you could buy a brand new unit from Superheat and Air with no interest and no payments for 18 months. You got over a year and a half to worry about it. No interest, no payments for 18 months. Superheatandair.com. Superheatandair.com. Get in there and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. Now, Ian, I got Barbecue Love Fest. Tickets are on sale right now at theboneonline.com.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one free until noon today. All right?
Yeah.
Then I got tomorrow, Capitol Pawn on Bush Boulevard. Big Joe is retiring, and he's liquidating everything, and they're having an auction out there. I'll be out there tomorrow just to hang out and buy some cool stuff.
Can I ask when the auction is? I'm thinking about going.
So go. I'm definitely going. It starts at 9 in the morning.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to probably get there early. I don't know how long I'm going to stay. I'm going to go just look at the things that I want to get. You can also, you'll have to Google it. It's Harris Auctions. You could also bid online at some stuff.
Okay.
But I tried to do that one time. You want to be there in person if there's something you really want.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in addition to jewelry and Rolexes and all that stuff, they have guns. They have sports memorabilia. But they got funky stuff in there. Like I want the traffic light that they have. I want stuff that'll look good in the studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll be out there. Me and my buddy Dino are going out there in the morning. And then what else? Don't tell me. I know everything that's going on. 10 o'clock this morning, tickets go on sale for our Christmas extravaganza. The Calta Christmas extravaganza happening on the 16th of December. Tickets go on sale at theboneonline.com at 10 o'clock. Ian will be out doing the Bone Football Show at Danny's in Holiday tomorrow. And there's a lot happening here.
There's a lot.
You have a big weed thing going on.
Well,
I like to call
almost. Saturday and Sunday, Dignitary Tea and Carver House will be part of the Smoke Shop Festival 2023.
Where is that?
That's Waterworks Parks. The Waterworks Park.
That is that downtown?
By Eulalie.
Oh, yeah. I love you.
It's a beautiful area. And you can go to smokeshopfestival.com. We're going to be there selling kava and kratom and mitra 9s and a whole 9 yard. And if you're into smokes, we actually have a smoke shop in our kava bar.
Yes, that I have seen.
Yeah, so it's going to be a bunch of smoke shops.
I like to joke around with Ian and telling me he's running an opium den.
Yeah, we keep it loose.
But I went in there unannounced.
Yep.
On, I think it was a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Yep.
There was women in there. Good-looking women.
There is good-looking women in
They
there.
were playing like Jenga, and there was a dude watching a movie at the kava bar on his laptop, and there were people just lounging out and chilling out. It's like a clubhouse.
It is kind of a clubhouse.
And it's awesome.
A sober clubhouse, which is beautiful.
What do you mean, sober, because you're not on drugs or alcohol? They're taking all natural
once again,
stuff.
You said you saw drugs last week, and I said, what were the drugs? You said marijuana and mushrooms.
Yes.
No.
God's drugs.
Not exactly.
Earth's drugs.
That's when we're very celestial.
Listen, that's why I don't care that my son smokes. My son was born into double parents with super anxiety and depression issues, and if that kid manages to be happy and smoking a little pot every once in a while, I don't care.
And less alcohol.
Less
hardly
alcohol.
Well,
yeah.
then he's doing okay.
So what's great is that that pilfering son of a bitch has my Apple Card.
Okay.
So he'll go out to whatever bar they go to, and then every time he buys a drink, I see it. It comes up on my Apple Card thing. This kid will go out the whole night and have one drink, and which is, I know what you're saying. If you're a real responsible parent, he shouldn't be drinking at all. But the reality is kids are going to drink. And if he has one drink the whole night and is Ubering back and forth, thank God. That's the safest and best thing I could hope for.
You know what's the worst thing for a parent to say?
What?
Don't drink.
Yeah, well.
I never once told my kids not to drink. I said be responsible. That's all you got to tell them. Parent them and tell them to be responsible. They know what responsible is.
In the entire time that he's been in his drinking career, he had one irresponsible time where he got drunk, but was driven home by somebody and learned a hard lesson from it. Throwing up will teach you not to drink for a while. So, look, I the number one thing I was worried about is them drinking and driving, and none of him or his friends seemed to even entertain that because of Uber, and I'm so glad.
See, my oldest, and she might not like me telling the story, but she got caught by my wife drinking. And then she goes, "You're going to go talk to them at night?" I go, "Not while they're drunk, no." So 7 o'clock in the morning, I said, "Hey, girls, what's up?" And they're like, "Hey, Mr. Beckles." And I go, I got good news. They're like, "What?" I go, "You guys get to do the shrubs today." They're like, "What?" And I go, "You were in my house. I was responsible for you. Get your clothes on." Took them outside. They just did the shrubs for about 4 hours. Hung over in the heat.
That's great. That'll teach you.
And periodically, Ian would tackle them.
It was irresponsible. It's irresponsible. It's irresponsible. That could turn out a lot of bad ways. Your daughter out there drunk. That could turn out a lot of bad ways.
There is a bottle of vodka in the upstairs bathroom closet. Okay. It says teenager written all over it. And I look at Joey and I go, what is this? And he shakes his head. He goes, Jimmy's an idiot. And I go, yeah, Jimmy is. But at least he's not like, I don't know. I didn't see it before.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. Just be honest with me. I'll have a good time.
Yep.
I'll make sure everybody's happy. Just be honest and be safe. That's
nice bottle of pop-off.
It was worse. I don't even recognize the label. It was bad.
Yikes.
All right, so that's Saturday down by Eulalie.
Yes.
What, are you going to be out there? Or is just
I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be there in Mitra 9 and the whole 9 yards. So,
if I want, what Kratom and Kava? Yeah. Kava's the mud water.
Correct.
What is Kratom?
Kratom is like a botanical tea.
Tea.
Yeah.
Tea.
It gives you a different feel. I've never had. I'll bring you one next time.
Oh, I don't know.
You'll be chill.
I had the Kava. I pooped for 3 days.
That's good.
Not when it's liquid form.
Allegedly.
Well,
I don't really know that it was from that. It could have been from Universal's pools. One of the things got me really sick.
Sure.
Enjoy the steak, everybody.
Thank you to Grill and Provisions.
The mushrooms are amazing.
Mushrooms are amazing.
Truffle.
The steak is amazing. I mean, that half of that steak on the other side is medium raw. And it's still delicious.
Still moving, but delicious.
That is happening right now. You can go to theboneonline.com and get your tickets for Barbecue Lug Fest. Buy one, get one free until noon today. Do not forget, veterans, everybody, get on there. First responders, go enjoy yourself some barbecue and hang out there that day. Thank you to those guys in Primo Grills. We are 10 minutes away from the tickets going on sale to the Calta Christmas Extravaganza, the first one. You get your tickets, pick a show, the naughty show or the nice show, or both shows. We should make a special Pap like Gemini type pin where it has the naughty and nice for the people who go to both shows.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you will get a Christmas ornament, by the way. We got a Mike Calta Show Christmas ornament that everybody's getting. It's happening at the Floridian Social Club on December 16th. Get your tickets at 10 o'clock at theboneonline.com. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Stay safe for the weekend.
How about them Steelers? Shut up, Ian.
Wow.
What's going on tonight? Like, I feel like I was supposed to do something. I can't remember what it is. Good. The fact that you guys don't know either makes me happy. Have a great weekend. Check us out on Instagram at the Mike Calta Show. My man Dizzy is up next with the after show. We'll see you guys on Monday. Goodbye.